Right. We'll just give this one a minute to get going. And we are, of course, in the hangar with an empty inventory, which is what I want to see. Although, kind of short on augment slots for showing off the augments, but whatever. We'll figure that one out in a minute. Right, we'll wait a little minute before we do stuff. I guess while we're waiting, I can go and pull up the blueprints list and start looking at stuff. Because there's a lot of stuff to do. I have to spawn all of the items in. And there's a lot more items than there was last time. Although I don't think we ever did a patch notes for EI, so I've only done one for Go Ballistic, and that's a lot smaller, so this is going to take quite a while, if I had to reckon. But anyway, patch notes for the entire mod, which I guess means we start with the original trio of troublemakers. Actually, before I even start pulling items out, let's go pick the bright ship as well. There we go. This one's more useful for doing patch notes. We have space for everything. After I ditch everything, because this ship has a load of junk attached to it. Like, who wants a Pierce drone, fam? I don't want a Pierce drone. Get that trash. We also need some we're going to need a lot of augment slots. That's where all the resets are going to come from, the augments. All the modular artilleries are all locked augments. It's really annoying. It's been here for ages. Anyway. I assign my power, and I guess we get going. We'll start with all of the stuff, so an overview of what EI is and isn't, because that seems to have confused a few people as well, who are looking for a sector, because that's not here yet. No sector yet. So, for an overview of EI, we have a whole crapload of weapons that you'll find scattered around Multiverse. Most of the weapons are relating to Mantis, so you'll find more stuff in the Mantis sector. There's also expansions to some weapon classes. So, as I already flashed off on the other run, we have things like the expansion to particle accelerators. So we have Proton 3, for example, which is a type of accelerator. We also have just Particle 3. So it's old stuff and new stuff together. We've also got things like more recycling missiles. They're found in leech sectors. And the protons and anti-protons are from Mantis sectors. So depending on where you choose to go in your run, you might run into new stuff, and it'll be different stuff depending on the sectors you're running through, which is quite interesting. Additionally to this update added a ship, so we have a ship now. I'm going to be playing Engrel B today. It's a ship that's not found in Multiverse, it's a new one. And playing with some new drones as well, because this update added a lot of drones. We have, I believe it's 9 drones now in total, as part of EI. So it makes for a nice complement. They're not found in stores yet though, this is only the playtest, so the drones are not balanced and they're definitely not in the stores, although we have to play with one of them today, which is a bit scuffed, but it'll be a fun experience to see how unbalanced my drone is. And while we're here as well, talking about new things, there's also new quests to find. I am hoping to pick the new quest up, because it's an odd quest, you buy it at a store. It's literally a purchasable quest, which is quite bizarre. I don't think there's anything quite like that available yet elsewhere. So yeah, we've got some stuff. And then I guess the magnum opus of this mod, or add-on, is that we add a new style of system. A system that sits in the augment slot, which has been apparently quite controversial for some people who can't get their head around it. But anyway, I put a system slot in the augment slot, and it works, and it's enjoyable. And during the runs we've had with it so far, I like modular artillery a lot. I don't regret making it either. Which is one thing I did worry it would end up being a throwaway thing that I played with once and got bored of. No, it's quite the thing. It could do with some work in terms of balance, but it's, you know, it's enjoyable as it is just now. So yeah, we got some stuff. We got a lot of stuff, and a lot more stuff than we're going to get with other add-ons. So yeah, it's nice. Right, well I guess since we're here we'll just start from the top, shall we? And at the top we find the first weapon that EI had, which is a Particle 3, because of a trend within other weapons. There was a necessity to have a Particle 3 because there's a third level of all of the other stuff. So I'll get a couple of ions to break some shields, because this thing, it's a particle weapon, it doesn't break any shields on its own, it needs some help. I'm a load of testing mantis to, well, for one of many. There's going to be a lot of unhappy mantis today. The mantis will be abused a lot. So, there'll be no jokes here, mantis will be harmed in the making of this video. And well, before we start spamming these, I'm going to get some crew, because boy, mantis moment. We need some crew in this odd ship. So, Particle 3, it does exactly what you'd expect it to do. It's a particle weapon, but bigger. It fires a rather ridiculous 11 shots, so it's going to break anything you hit with it, and it's definitely going to set it on fire. If I get a sensors system, you can see it's all on fire. So yeah, there's no doubt whatsoever when you equip a Particle 3, you're going to burn everything and make things very unhappy. The mantis will not enjoy getting roasted by my particle gun very much. Although thankfully you won't find this one on enemies. Even with the next update there won't be any enemies that use this, because that would be very silly. Enemies don't know how to use particle weapons anyway. So yeah, that's our first gun. I'm not going to sit and roast a mantis bomber with just a particle weapon, that would be very silly, so we'll take a look at some of the other stuff. Below particles we then had protons. So let's get out a set of protons. There are 3 of these, and I'm going to need a lot of these to pop the menu up. And we're not going to need our ions anymore, because these things don't have the problem of not doing any damage, which particles do, because they're sort of the opposite. If a particle does system damage, these do hull damage. It's just a different thing. It's the same thing, but different. It's almost a particle weapon, but it's not quite a particle weapon. It doesn't do any crew damage either. It's all system of health. Because health is the only thing you need to break to win. You know, if the ship has no health, it's dead. That's what a proton does. It's also good for beams, because it doesn't waste time with delays in between all its shots. They all shoot at once, so if you have a beam, like where's a good example of a beam? Let's just get a mini beam. So if I'm gonna say, I don't know, burst 3, the typical one, or most people call it a burst 2, anyway, you'd have an issue where the time in between the shots will eventually become large enough that the beam actually whiffs. But that's not an issue with the proton, because it just hits all of the shields off in one shot. There's no messing around with this one. And then you can throw a beam in, and that's what they're good for. They're not so good for generally battling ships though, because they don't do any system damage, so they kind of suck for long fights because the enemy ship will still have all of its weapons turned on, and it won't break any of them. It's a bit awkward, so know the purpose of the weapon and it's probably the best at its job by a mile. And then if we go underneath these, we have the other extreme opposite. If you like the idea of a particle as a crew-killing weapon, why not just do bio damage instead? I mean, it's a more direct way of dealing with your problem. And that's what the alphas did. They are particles, but red, because, I mean, we needed a third colour. We required all the colours of the rainbow to make an RGB ship, although I still don't have enough colours of particle accelerators for that. We'll have an RGB ship at some point later. And we'll definitely need ions for this one, because these do no shield piercing at all. They are extreme crew damage, and they make a mess, but they don't really do anything else, so if you don't have any way of getting rid of shields, these things are a bit useless. We'll probably need another mantis. There are going to be lots of unhappy mantis now. I guess I'll have one from Sector 2. Oh my god, this is Sector 2, what is this? This ship can in theory spawn in Sector 2. What? What? Did I mistype or something? That is quite concerning. Anyway, vanilla problems aside, because this is a vanilla ship layout, I don't believe this spawns in at all. Yeah, third one does even more damage, so that's their purpose. And if you look at this and like, well, I want both at once. I want my particle and I want it to do crew damage. It's like, well, that's a bit needy, but there's also a weapon for that because, boy, we need more accelerators. So the third part of the accelerator set is the anti-protons, which are now gold because they've had a resprite. And we have some nice gold boys. And a new piece of boss loot, which is the special third level, which you've probably seen already if you've been paying attention, because this one's been shown off a few times now. And these ones are like a particle, but they have a little bit of everything. Now, instead of giving them hull damage, which would be boring, they've got shield pierce. And then they do both system and crew damage. So these things are a more direct solution to getting rid of your problem. And then the third level, I mean, it's boss loot. So it does boss loot things, including being very, very strong. And the main draw of these is that if you want a crew killing setup, but you don't have enough slots, which is a problem for a lot of ships, like if you've got a 2-slot ship and you're trying to crew kill, you kind of have a problem of, well, if I have a particle, how do I break shields? Or if I have a proton, I literally can't kill the crew. Well, now you can have both, so these are good for compact ships. I'd say they're less good on ships with 4 slots, though. They look cool. They have interesting sound effects. I also realise I forgot to spawn a Sector 1 version. We have one with 1 shield, there we go. So, these things only pen 1 shield, which is a little sad, but they are limited in how strong they can be, because they're normal weapons that you find in the store. A normal store at that. So the common goodies. They do a lot of crew damage. The first level does 30 crew damage, and the second one does 60. So these hit quite hard, and they stun the crew, which is an added bonus you don't get with the other types of accelerators. So you get a fire in the room, it's going to do an awful lot of damage, and the crew can't do anything about it. And then of course we have the boss loot version of it, which is, it turns everything up to 11 in a way that is very disturbing. If we spawn an extremely strong version of this, this one generated with too many shields, hold on, there we go. With 4 shield pierce and a ludicrous amount of damage, we go and make a large impact. And this one is, it's just excessive damage. You don't need 8 system damage and a giant fire, but it does it anyway, because it's boss loot. And obtaining this one in particular is quite the fun task, and it's something you can do reliably if you know what you're looking for, because you can buy the quest for it in a store, which is another one of the neat features that this update has. Purchasable quests. Although the quest is quite something, and I wouldn't be doing it all the time, because it's on the same level as Sylvan, really. But obviously you get a weapon that's getting close to Riftwaker levels of overpowered, so fair's fair. It will absolutely delete anything, unless you're dealing with elite rocks. Elite rocks have too much health. It only does 240 crew damage, so it has its limits eventually. And the Mantis seem to have outsmarted me. I think we'll leave these ones alone and pull some more weapons out. Ah, how embarrassing. Anyway, because accelerators are cool and I need more of them, that naturally led to the assumption of, well, if we have a Mantis accelerator, we must need an ancient one as well. And that it gave us the Plasma accelerator, which for some reason was called Anti-Electron. I don't know why it needed to be so posh, but it's here. There are also 3 levels of them, because all of the accelerators have 3 levels. It's kind of the theme going on. Got 1, 2, and 3. I think I've played this one already. I remember that was the hour-long flagship fight. That was an enormous meme. Anyway, these things, they are very, very unfriendly to crew, like an alpha, but they do plasma damage, so they like to eat shields. But they eat shields in a non-returnable manner that makes the shields permanently go away, or until the enemy crew fixes them, whichever comes first. Well, normally when you have these, the enemy ship stops existing after they get hit, so it's normally more of a permanent removal of shields. Oh yeah, they're quite reliable. If what you need is a way to break shields, so your giant mining beam or other excessively large beam weapons can get through, this is your best friend. It makes sure there are exactly no problems in terms of shields being in the way. Although it can't save you from letting your shields get broken with a chain ion, as it turns out. It can help you with other things, so, you know, it does a nice job. And if we keep scrolling down the list, I find that we have a weapon that's popular called Momus. And it got a complete facelift thanks to Philippe, who provided it in new sprite for me. Because the original Momus, despite being probably the most popular weapon in Multiverse, had one of the worst sprites. So it got a really cool one that's animated. It has its little recycler thing going. And with our little animated Momus, we find that I've also completely reworked the weapon, so it shoots a lot quicker and it does smaller missiles. Sort of a reasonable progression. And with this, it enabled the upgrade of Momus, so now there's a whole set of them. If you like Momus and want more of them, well, there's 4 of them now. And if you want to find Momus and its upgrades very frequently, the best place to visit is the Leech sector, as the Leeches like recycling space garbage, so they produced all of these wonderful missile launchers. And they really just do, they're probably the most simple weapons in the whole mod. It's just hull damage. Like a standard missile. No frills, no spills, no fancy features. It's just a recycling missile that gets bigger with its upgrades. The first level does 1 damage, the second does 2, and so on. And the last one doesn't actually do a bonus point of system damage like its normal missile. Because this would normally be an Ares, and it does 5 system damage, but instead it does 4 in exchange for being 3 power, so yeah, they're all pretty interesting. And a fun factoid about these, if you have the reloaders installed, they're roughly the same fire rate as their original missile would be without any reloaders. So there we go. A recycling missile. And then if I sell all this junk at a store that we have next to us, because we have too much stuff on us again, I have space for the meme weapon called Callus, which has also had a resprite. And it is also in the shiny gold. Although this one's not finished yet, its quest is not implemented. Its quest will be getting implemented in the next update. So I won't really be showing this one off. Well, it does still exist for those worrying it got removed. It's still here. It's not been removed. And then we got our last new weapon, which I've played the ancient version of already. The Capacitor series, which is a series of ion beams that get larger. Although I seem to have forgotten the names for them. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And I believe we played the Quark Beam already, which is the ancient one that takes literally an entire minute to reload, which is perhaps a little long, but anyway, it's fun with a pre-igniter, and you can make a pre-igniter with it, which is great. It's unintentional synergy with internal upgrades that makes it horrifying. Anyway, these are very simple. It's just a beam of ion that's extra effective against shields. It does tripled damage to shields if you shoot them directly. Which is ironic, because most beams hate being shot at shields, so the beams get their revenge. The beamage will ignore the shields. And they also have a habit of setting fires, so if you have lots of them, you can definitely win with them, because you can slowly burn enemy ships with them. Although I don't recommend it. They don't do enough ion damage to sustain their stun if you're only using them exclusively. They're designed to help other weapons go through shields instead, which is a lot more useful in practice. So yeah, no point sticking on these. These are all the old things anyway. Now we get to the fun things, which are all new, the shiny new things. And I guess in terms of new things, we'll start with the drones, since my drone system has sat empty this whole time. Or even we can have a look at the new boss loot, because that's not been added yet. Where's Buzz? I want some Buzz. Show me some Buzz. There we go. I'll get this out. This one, I think we need to move to a new jump. Oh no, it'll fire. It's an interesting boss loot. It's a preemptive weapon with a bit of a mess in terms of stats. It's like pre-flak, but it does lots of stuff. That's generally how I would define it. And it goes through shields, which is nice, so you throw it at the enemy ship and it ensues absolute chaos. Yeah, that's the last of our weapons. Now we can move on to drones. Out of here, Mantis Bomber. It's time to talk about drones before we get on to systems, because the systems are more... The systems are the best things, but we have drones. Let's talk about drones. So, Granul on that. We start with missile. We have an ion, and we have a beam. The beam is the one we're playing today out of these new drones. So we'll just load up a Mantis again. More testing Mantis needed to get slaughtered. So we have a missile drone. It's not too fast, does quite a lot of points of damage. You find this in the true ending from this mod, particularly. So they're not currently available, because the true ending itself from this mod is not available yet. They do a lot of damage and create lockdown. If they hit an empty room, it does more damage. And if it hits a system, it does bonus system damage. So it has True Burst, which is a feature exclusive to these weapons. So it's 4 system damage, 4 hull damage on an empty room, and 2 in general if it hits a system room. And the second drone on this list is a drone that may be a little predictable, unfortunately. The whole theme of these new weapons, it's a capacitor beam drone, It's a pinpoint drone that uses an ion beam. And it does quite a lot of plasma damage, because obviously it's from the true ending line, so it's an ancient weapon. And the enemy seems to have shot my drone down. That's a bit awkward. Well, I guess we'll talk about the beam drone, because that's what I'm playing today. It's a new beam drone. Can I have shields, please? There we go. It's a beam drone that pierces shields. It's exactly what everyone wanted. And it also lights fires. So this thing's nasty, as are all of these rage attack items. And if you're ever wondering if it's rage attack or not, simply ask the question, is it solid gold? The answer is yes, then it is indeed rage attack. It's the same with the ancient tech that Multiverse has. It uses a different colour to distinguish itself. And then we'll get rid of these, and we'll have a look at the last 3 drones that come from the Rage Attack pack. So we have a... Oh, this one needs a very different name. This is awkward. So it's a toggle drone, like the pass drone, but it's a lot heavier. So this drone will look very different by the time it actually gets added. Because just now the hyperspace feature it needs to use doesn't exist, so they just have to move very quickly in order to achieve their goal, which is no good. But by the time these actually get added, enemy ships will be getting hit by flak drones. And flak drones are quite unfun on the receiving end. So if we have piercing frost, this thing will eat the enemy ship while also locking it down, which is a very nasty combo. And then the other one is a toxic flak launcher, which, I mean, it works like toxic flak. So it does toxic flak things. Specifically, it's a point of hull damage and 60 crew damage from the toxic one, and it makes a breach. Whereas the frost one does 30 crew damage, it has some shield pierce, but it creates lockdown. So if you get the enemy's shields low enough for this thing to go through, they're going to have a terrible time. And it's also going to stun crew if it hits them, so it is extra nasty. Whereas the toxic one is, if you're willing to risk hull killing the enemy, it will absolutely decimate everything. And it will shoot literal flak next update, which is quite nice. It's been a long time coming, actually, getting drones that shoot proper weapons, but it's finally a feature those hyperspace people have fixed, so we'll have ourselves some wonderful flaky drones. And by the time these are added, they'll both shoot 3 shots per volley and move at a third of the speed they are currently, so they'll buzz around a lot less. Right, and with that we move on to the Ancient expansion, because it's not just new features we're adding, we're also expanding old ones with this update. Have you ever wondered, when looking at an Ancient store, why you can't find a Eradicator drone? Well, the answer to that is they don't exist. Multiverse forgot to add an Ancient beam drone, which is a problem I've fixed by adding them myself. So, with that in mind, we can start spawning in the Aether ones. Aether beam, and we get a version 1, a version 2, and a royal version. Which is also level 2. So, we have beam drones of the Ancient variety, and yeah, they look very nice. And they do exactly what you'd expect. It's quite literally the Eradicator weapons that you would normally use. They're no different to the versions that you stick on your ship. They just are attached to a drone. And because they're attached to the drone, they are a bit shorter, sadly. You know, the beam is less extreme, but they do an awful lot of damage for a drone. Unfortunately, level 1 can't pierce any shields, which is a shame. The poor thing is completely useless at that, hitting ships with shields. Let's get ourselves some ion damage. Let's get the funny ion out. My homie needs some help. There we go. Now we can get some beamage. This one creates lots of breaches, does a lot of damage, has, I believe, hull bust as well, which is extra fun. The second level is, I mean, it's an Eradicator too, but it does an extra point of damage for one, which is very important, because even this ship isn't safe right now. It's got 2 shields, that's not enough. We do 3 damage with our beam, which is very nasty. And if you've worked out the trend, the Royal version does 4 damage with its beam. So if you encounter it in the wild and you don't have any... you don't have any things to help keep your shields from being broken, you're going to be in a lot of trouble when you run into this thing. Because if you have so much as a single point of damage on your shields, you will be getting hit with this Eradicator drone. Let's find a Mantis that has 3 shields to demonstrate. So yeah, Royal Beam Drone is absolutely horrifying, and it's also the longest of the drones. Although it doesn't follow the rule of Royal drones doing fires. All of the beam drones are the same, they create breaches. So yeah, if you find these, you're going to need an anti-drone, which is very funny. Because despite being ancient weapons, the anti-drone kills them just the same as every other drone. There's no immunity to the extra funny, unfortunately. No way to make a drone immune to ion damage. So yeah, let's just get some more drones out, shall we? Finish off this annoying little ship. And that's the end of drones. Now we need encounters that allow us to use augments, because I have augments to talk about as well. So, we'll start with the ones, actually the ones for boarding. No, we'll start with the easy one. This one's going to be fun. We need to find an enemy that has a backup battery. That's going to take ages. We'll do that one last. That's going to take a while. We have the one for doors, and we have... Actually, we'll just get the boarding one out as well. So, new combat augments. Because there aren't enough combat augments anyway, especially not if you're boarding. If you're boarding, there's no combat augments for you, which is a bit awkward. So now we have boarding augments. So you can turn the enemy doors off for a whole minute, which is very nice. Alternatively, you can turn their medbay off, which stops them from running to their medbay and being annoying. And then, if that's not enough, if you insist, you can turn their backup battery off with an underclocker as well. Well, I'm not convinced this is the most useful out of all of the items. This one's primary use is to annoy enemies in ion storms. Because 1 power is less than the 4 power they're going to get from their battery. So it gives you a little advantage. In order to make use of this, we're going to get a teleporter. Although my crew are a little above average. I've got a ship full of MFK aces. I think my crew is more than fine for boarding, but you'll never be too sure. Let's get everyone on the teleporter, shall we? And to do this one, we're going to need some things to whack. Righty, let's get ourselves, it's MV. What would be an easy one for boarding as a demonstration? What would we want to board? We want to board a slug ship. There we go, we've got big ion. There we go. Big ion. Is this big ion or is this never miss? I can't remember. Blah. Either way, they have a doors system, which we're going to turn off with our control override, because doors are cringe. And I want to run around their ship and cause absolute mayhem with my MFK aces. So obviously the problem if you have with this ship, if you try boarding it, its doors would get in the way. It would be a nightmare to get over to this clone bay. Whereas now, with the control blocker, you can just walk over to it. Because their doors don't mean anything, which is great. And we've got ourselves a big ion. We're going to end up with a nice big stack of big ions. With lots of these. And I forgot to install a doors system. That's awkward. Before this fire gets completely out of hand, let's invest in some doors. Let's just vent the fire, I suppose. What am I doing? Imagine not having doors. That's the funniest joke I've ever had. And one that we should not replicate, because it's a bad idea to not have any doors. If you don't have any doors, you're having a terrible time. But the enemy ships will be having a terrible time instead, because you can turn their doors off. I seem to have lost an MFK. Which is a bit awkward. My aces were not so ace in that encounter, it seems. Anyway, let's load this up again. Let's try a combat augment. So if instead we look at this ship and we're like, well, it's got a medical system, I can't be bothered walking to that. You can just turn it off. It costs a drone part, but oh well, we'll turn their clone bay off. And then we'll just board them. And instead of running away or being annoying, they'll just come right to us and they'll get wrecked because their clone bay's turned off. And instead of having a fuss, I don't go and walk over to it, it's just gone. Which is also why it costs more. And there we go, big ion again. All gone. It costs a drone part. And once the effect of the surge wears off, the negative effect goes away from your end, but it doesn't go away from their end. It lasts indefinitely on the enemy, so it's definitely very helpful, especially if you use a clone bay to board. It doesn't matter how long it takes, you'll eventually get rid of them, even if they have a medical system. So, if you ever find yourself in a situation with a crew full of humans, and you're fighting mantis bishops, you can crew kill them, it's just going to take a while. To keep boarding them and their medical system turned off, and eventually they will... the sheer masses will overcome the mighty enemy. And now to try and think of a traveller that has a backup battery. Do any of these even have a battery? I have no idea. Why would you ever put a backup battery on a ship for an enemy? The enemy does not know how to use a backup battery. This might be the most useless one of the three boarding-focused combat augments. I'm going to be entirely real here. Yeah. Because the enemies, even if they're given a battery, most of the time they just don't use it. Which is really annoying, because if they don't use it, there's not really any point. Which is a shame, but... it is the fact of life that unfortunately not all of these augments are created equally. Some of them are a bit less useful in terms of providing value. Let's find a traveller that has a battery. This could take a while. Nobody has a battery. Do any of the bosses have a battery? No, there are actually 0 traveller bosses with a battery. That's... I guess I've learned something new today. The Lanius one, yes. The one that drops... toggle flak. I can't remember what that one is called. Hold on. It's just trying to find one that has a battery. It's like... there we go. Have you got a battery? Not on normal, you don't. Extreme. He does not have a battery. I thought you had a battery. He does not have a battery. Is it one of the other ones with a battery? Or am I looking? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong ones. Hold on, these are renegades. I can't use a combat augment if it's not an encounter. Spawned by an event. That's annoying. You know what? This is proving the point of my augment. It's not very useful. It's not useful at all. Royals have batteries. Does the Royal Dreadnought have a backup battery? I think it actually does. It's a very extreme example, but I think it might work. It's like it's just trying to find anyone with a battery. Where's my Dread? Do you have a battery? It does have a battery. There we go. That's how we're going to solve our problem. And what are you called? Royal Palace. Okay. Just a mild detour over here. We'll just casually visit the Royal Dreadnought to prove that our battery augment does something. I mean, hey, it's a pretty difficult ship to fight normally, so I guess if it does something, it does something. Yeah, it turns the battery off. There'll be no extra power for you, my friend. You've been cooked. I think I've been cooked, because this ship will definitely kill us. I think we'll need to replace it with a Mantis. There you go, look, there's a Mantis bomber in the Royal Palace. It's absolutely not a complete shitpost, but... Also, my crew are getting absolutely melted. My MFKs are deficient. How does Vance beat the Royals with these idiots? They're completely useless. They're so bad. The Royals kick their ass so bad, it's not even funny. And there you go, a Mantis bomber with a bunch of Royals and a welder. That's definitely the most cursed thing I've seen all day. Oh look, my battery hacks ran out and I've got my power back. Even though the ship is gone. So yeah, battery hack, not awfully useful, if I do say so myself. I think there's better things to do. I got a disruption field, that's fun. Oh wait, I spawned the... Yes, let's casually go and fight Vance with my battery hack. Does the MFK flagship even have a battery to turn off? I don't think it does. Augment is literally useless in the moment where it counts most. How silly. My big ion is more effective. We'll have to use that instead. Let's return to not final boss area, because final boss is spooky. Let's take the ship home. Yeah. The battery disabler will definitely need some form of buff. Perhaps at the end of its duration the battery will just explode or something, I don't know. It needs to do something, but that's the concept for just now anyway. It's definitely a work in progress in comparison to the other ones. And for one of the new ships we're getting, I'll need to spawn a store. Yeah, goodbye starting hangar. We'll sell all this junk again and we can get ourselves some more augments, so... Player. There we go. So, if you like the idea of the murder bot's dispersal and want a better one, there will be a ship that starts with a locked version of it that's extra spicy. It only damages your medical system by 1 bar, and it lasts even longer. So it's much better, and it doesn't cost any drone parts. So this is a ship gimmick augment. And then while we're here, there is one last augment that you may find in the store called a Magic Rabbit, which definitely needs shown off. That's the most interesting augment we get from this pack. Where's my crew? I need crew. No. The Royals ate all my MFKs, I need more crew. I guess we can board with E as well. Because E... There's no reason why E is boarding, we're just going to do it for funny. Let's bully the big ion slug again with my fancy augment. There we go. So with the upgraded version of Murderbot Dispersal, it doesn't even cost any drone parts, which is nice. So you can spam it to your heart's content. And the ship that it comes with has really nice boarding, so it's going to be an easy ride if that's your thing. You want to punch the enemy crew in the face? Go right ahead. Yeah. Yeah, so there's another big eye on. And then if all of these combat moments you're looking at and thinking, damn, I wish they actually did something more direct. You know, turning the enemy medical system off, that's no use for me. I want something that blows the enemy ship up. Well, I've got an augment for that as well. If you're willing to spend a bunch of money, you can launch a nuclear bomb at the enemy. It takes 25 seconds, and the enemy ship will be very upset after it goes off. It's like a constructible paragon on demand. Everything goes boom. And ta-da! Enemy ship is looking rather sorry for itself. So after 25 seconds it does 10 damage to the enemy ship. It's like that payload augment you get, except it's a lot more violent. It does 5 damage to the shields, which is guaranteed, and then it does 1 damage to 5 random rooms. So if you get lucky, it might hit other systems as well. And depending on just how lucky you get, you can get a crew kill for free with it. If it hits oxygen with its breach. Mantis get absolutely shreked. Unfortunately, looks like they set my poor boy got set on fire. My shields were broken. My ship is in utter shambles. Let's cleanse this nonsense. It's utter nonsense. There we go, that's better. And yeah, it takes a while, admittedly, so the normal payload is good because you press it and it's done. Instant damage. Problem with it is it goes away after it's used. Magic Rabbit doesn't. Magic Rabbit is instead expensive and you put some resources into it. And you can use it as many times as you want. It's a good boss killer for quests that are very annoying. So if you ever looked at a quest and thought, man, that's scary, well, throw a magic rabbit at it and it will stop being scary in exactly 25 seconds. So for quests, like if you get like Shell Science Sector in Sector 5, you know, don't want to fight a Legion ship, well, push the magic rabbit button and it kind of just disappears, which is nice. It's an encounter skip, but it does cost a lot of resources, so if you spam it, you'll run out of magic rabbits very quickly. The name. I knew someone would ask about the name. So the name Magic Rabbit is a reference to the surprise that it has. So it's a trick pulled from the hat, as it were. That's where the name of the augment comes from. It's a funny prank for everyone involved, unless you happen to be crewing the enemy ship. Then I guess it's a bit less funny, and a bit more dangerous. So yeah, also that's a locked augment right there. I completely forgot that's a locked augment. Well, I only need 2 slots. Actually, I need 3 slots. Well, we'll be resetting the run when I run out of augment slots. This augment name, why did I pick this augment name? Anyway, so we have an augment which goes by the glamorous name of Self-Cuck. And it does exactly what it says in the tin. If for some reason you see an augment in the store called a Glistening Chest of Wonders, and think that it's actually going to give you endless resources, well boy, you've just fell for the massive bait. This thing does not provide goodies for free. It's a locked augment. The only way to get rid of it is to use it. And it will randomly disattach itself from your ship. But in the process you will get some resources back. You'll definitely earn more than its price. An average use of this augment will give around 400 scraps. And once it's used up, well, there's actually a ship unlock that you get at the end of it. So there is a reason to like it. It's not all bad, although the first time you pick it up, you probably look at it and be very upset that this augment is taking up a slot and doing nothing. But that's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to, as I'll demonstrate with our slug friend, we can click on this. It will hack all of your systems, and I mean all of your systems. Like, your systems are just gone after you use this. But if you wait the 30 seconds that it takes to prime, rip engines. Engines are gone. If you wait the 30 seconds that it takes to charge, you'll get some random goodies. What did I get? I got a reasonable amount of stuff. If I actually set all of my stuff to 0, it's easier to see. Drones. I guess we'll keep at least one fuel, because the enemies decide to run away if you have no fuel, which is cringe. There'll be no cringes around here, that's for sure. Give me a... What do we have? That's something that's not a slug. I want the cast... not the Castrol. The Castrol's stupid. It's a fun traveller boss. Never miss. There we go, that's less obnoxious. No, that's Big Ion. I forgot. I actually forgot. I think it's Slug A. Okay, it's the one that I got last. No? I thought it was Slug B. Am I doing it wrong? I'm doing it very wrong. Is there not? I thought it was a slug. What drops never miss? Where's my file? I'm pushing the wrong buttons. Help me. Not again. Oh, it's the clan bee. Oh no, I forgot. It's called Clansman. That's cringe. Why can't they just call them Slug? Anyway, we got a different one because we bullied Mr. Big Iron enough, and oh, I forgot you actually need to pay the chest. Which is another oddity of this one. If you run out of fuel, you actually can't use it, which is a bit unfortunate given one of the main things you get from this is fuel. So we'll open a few of these before I give up with them. We'll get paid. Let's see what we get. Because it's very much a lucky chance box. You won't know what you're going to get until after you've opened it, which is not always useful. Anyway, we'll get ourselves some cloaking to protect us while we're waiting, which is a good plan. There we go. What do we got? Oh, we got the we got the refund. That's the worst item you can get out of it. That's a bit awkward. Let's see if we can get some better luck. Let's open some more goodie boxes. It's only a 1 in 16 to get the quest and to actually open the box properly, so it's unlikely we'll do it during the demonstration, but yeah, keep opening the box and eventually you get a quest that unlocks a ship, which is quite nice. That's the big prize from in the box. What will we get? We got the small resource package. I'll do one more goodie box. Let's see if we get the funny outcome, or who knows, we might even get a traveller boss, because you can get multiverse travellers inside this box if you get really lucky. Or unlucky, depending on what sector you're in. Because if you're in sector 1, a traveller is definitely not what you want out of the box. It would be a very unfortunate thing to happen. Anyway, let's see, what are we going to get? We get drone parts. There we go, 25. I got the maximum amount of drone parts you can get from that one. There you go. I got lucky once. Only once. I'm probably going to get unlucky when we actually play the normal run. Anyway, that's all of the fun augments. We'll need a full reset for now, because we need some augment space back. And with this, we'll need to upgrade our ship again. Because I haven't even talked about the main thing the mod adds, and we're... Gosh, we're nearly an hour in and I haven't even talked about modular artillery. Oh boy, this is something. I guess my add-on adds more than I thought it did, because I didn't realise there was so much to talk about. Anyway, let's clear all this junk out of the way to make way for the most exciting feature that the mod adds. And we'll start with the artillery version. We'll do the drones at the end. So, mass framework. You buy it from a store, it has a rarity of 2. It's very expensive because it's priced like a ship system. And when you go to an empty beacon, you get to pick what it does. So if we'll summon ourselves a storage check. So there's always one normally at the end of a sector, so you can always get a guaranteed place to upgrade them. Or if you get a storage check during a sector, it's in the weapons tab because it counts as a weapon. And you get to pick between laser, beam, missile, and ion. I think I've shown these off before, but not on stream. I've shown them off to people on the Discord. But basically, you get 4 choices to pick from. If you try one out at level 1 and think you don't like it, you can change it up until level 3. And like a system that you're stuck with them. So once you install modular artillery, you're going to have it for the rest of the run, and there is no way to get rid of these. So you better pick one that you like, because it's not coming off. Once you arrive at a ship that is suitable to fight, you can start powering them up. So I'll go through these. I'm going to go through all of these. This might take a while. We're definitely going to need some cloaking, and I think for this I'm not going to bother with crew anymore. I'm going to just spawn in crew that don't need looked after at all and can deal with their own problems. Also known as Jerry on a horse. Because boy, I am not being boarded anymore. Get off my ship. Mistakes were made when the enemies decided to board this nonsense. And once this gets near firing, it'll make a noise as well. It tells you that it's firing, and the slugs dodged the entire shot. Very funny. Very funny indeed. Which I guess is one thing I will say. It doesn't have any accuracy buffs, so there is always a chance of it missing like a normal weapon. Don't expect this to magically solve all of your problems. It's still FTL at the end of the day. Enemies do have engines. But yeah, laser 1 is it's a small, it's tiny little laser. We want some real weapons. We're going to need some more money. We're going to need more storage checks. So we take our modular artillery. The level 2 costs 10 fuel, 5 drone parts, 125 scrap. And for that price, you can upgrade to a second level of modular artillery. The same choices are available again, and if we didn't like the laser and we've decided we want to do, say, boarding, I can swap the type of modular artillery when upgrading. So I can turn a laser 1 into a missile 2. And now when I go to fight the enemy, which will be that same Multiverse Traveller if I can find it again, we now have an option to use either the level 2 missile or the level 1. So you get to pick how much power you put into it at the start of combat. And this one shoots missiles that create hazards on the enemy ship and deal damage to crew. That's the purpose of the modular missile. It's designed to help your boarding go smoothly by distracting the enemy crew and making a mess. And it seems like we set their shields on fire, which is definitely one of the more useful things the missile artillery can do. Anyway, let's have a look at some more modular artillery. And for level 3, I think we'll swap again. Obviously, the level 3 is the last chance to choose something. So if we've decided we don't like boarding anymore and we want some damage, well, we could do beam. Or we could do ion if we want to support our normal weapons, but we don't have any normal weapons, so we'll go for a beam just now. The ion one is, well, it's an ion weapon. It's good for, ironically, helping beams, so if the beams are on your hotbar, the ion might be more useful. But if you can't be bothered with that, well, it's understandable. Go for the beams. They are self-sustaining. They have 2 shield place plus 1 per level. And you get quite a few stunny mini beams on level 3, which is going to do a fair little bit of damage. So we'll power this up to level 3. As you may notice, the power is locked as well. So once you power a modular artillery, you can't turn them off. It's one of the downsides of them. You're very much stuck with what you chose at the start of combat. So you pick wrong, you may be in a spot of bother, especially in an ion storm, which is where I would not recommend using these, because they won't give you much power to play with, that's for sure. Anyway, we got our mini beams. These are going to make short work of the enemy. So for modular artillery, it's the same with drone bay. You can have 1 active at a time. If you want multiple of them in your cargo, you can. But you can only pick 1 at a time, and 1 power mode at a time, and it's picked at the start of combat. So if I wanted, say, just to have lots of choice, I could have a laser 3 in the cargo as well, and at the start of combat I could pick between them. But you can't use them both at the same time, it's one or the other, as I will demonstrate with our clansmen. As you can see, we have an option for lasers, or we have an option for beams, and we can't select both of them at the same time. It's one or the other. So yeah, that's modular artillery. Or at least the normal versions of it. If you want to get extra spicy, well, there is another level of upgrades for these, but you'll need something special first. And it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for raw damage and no fuss, what you need is an ancient weapon. And there's an ancient version of the modular artillery that will be available. So with your ancient version of it, I think we're gonna pull up Carnage. Weapon. Missiles. So with the ancient versions, you'll get a level 4 modular artillery that mimics an ancient weapon. So for this one, obviously I pulled the Royal Carnage out because that's it's an ancient weapon. And if I go to a storage check, there is an important thing to note with these now. So if we look at the modular artillery, we go for ancient artillery, you'll notice that we only have 2 options here. That's because I have 2 of these. The pricing is different depending on which one you're going for, and you can only upgrade the level 3 directly into its level 4. You can't swap. So if you picked a laser for your level 3, well, you're going to have to make an ancient laser for your level 4, which will shoot Harbinger shots. Interaction with timers. So the timers are in a different place. We put them here. The events are supposed to put them here. If there's a conflict, I believe they stack underneath each other. Well, it's not something I've encountered myself yet. It stacks them like little... like the icons, they stack underneath each other, is what I've been told. Anyway, with that we get ourselves a Harbinger one. So, Harbinger one is... I mean, it's Harbinger, it's a laser, there's lots of them, like you would with an ancient laser, and they have hull burst, so this boy can pretty much one-shot ships. If you have, say, packing for piloting, it can pretty reliably kill everything in a wanna. It's obviously designed for the ancient sector, so it does a ton of damage. With a well-timed shot, it will probably kill the enemy ship on its own. And the other one that I had, I believe, I had beam. which is honestly more interesting than the Harbinger is. The Harbinger is just a big laser. The beam, on the other hand, is more fun because I like beams more than lasers. But we get Eradicators because that's another ancient weapon. And the theme of these is that the modular artilleries use the green ancient stuff, and the drone bays use the royal versions of ancient weapons. So there'll be some pink drones to go with your ancient upgrades. So, get ourselves out an ancient beam. This is going to do a lot of damage. Obviously it attacks a bit faster because it's the beam. And I want a sensor system to see what happens. It's more fun that way. There you go, beams. It's a bunch of it's Royal Eradicator. So the beams are a bit of a rebel. They use the pink one. And they light fires everywhere, which is very unfun for the enemy. They're going to have a bad time. And then we have one more slot, so... Oh, what will I do? I think we'll do the ancient missile, because it's everyone's favourite. It's Carnage. It's the big scary missile. I think it's missile ancient. Oh, if I've done that wrong, I'll have to restart. No, I did it right. There we go. And we get ourselves some Carnage, because, I mean, who doesn't love a bit of Carnage? It's definitely my favourite missile launcher. I don't know about all of you. I love that animation on this thing. Oh, there we go, get some comparison. A live comparison. Now, well, this is going to shred the enemy ship. So, goodbye. So, yeah. Carnage artillery, unsurprisingly, wrecks the enemy ship. It's 3 Carnage shots for the price of 1. It targets randomly. So, yeah, it's absolute havoc. And now I have a bunch of locked augments, so... Right, we're going to have to restart again. We have to restart. It's a shame there's no console option to get rid of these pesky locked augments. Anyway, it's not a big deal. That's why I decided to have the ponies. Because I knew we'd be restarting a lot. I didn't want to bother with crew that would need faffed around with. Let's just sprinkle these out a bit. And if I get... What was the one we didn't do? It was Ion. Get ourselves an Ion 3. And I need a store to get rid of all this junk. Because I want to show a few of the other versions of the max level ones out. So we get ourselves... Oh, what would be fun? Probably the missiles. Get missile 3, and between the laser and the beam, I actually like the beam more than the laser for this upgrade. So yeah, we've got 3 of these. And if you remember from earlier, those golden looking weapons, we're going to need one of those. So like the ancient weapons go into 8th attack, the Ranger weapons, which are gold, they have their own tech upgrades as well. And for modular artillery, it goes from level 3 to level 6. So they use 6 power when you put the Auguranal upgrades on them, which is an awful lot of power. So these weapons are designed to be used almost exclusively on their own. They will completely replace your need to use weapons. But because of that, they are also ludicrously expensive. So I'm going to need to use the Rich command twice, unironically, to pay for all of these. Because these are by far the most expensive things you can buy right now. So yeah, let's have a look at these. We have ourselves a beam. The beam is the cheapest by a mile, and the reason for that isn't because it's weak, it's because it needs a lot of support. It's the least independent one. And we'll then do the missiles. The missile one is designed exclusively for crew killing. If you like the level 3 and wanted something to help with your boarding even more, well, this is your friend. As long as you have a way to not take fire damage, because this thing just burns the whole enemy ship to the ground. So it'll be a bit awkward if your crew are orchids. I wouldn't recommend it at all. And then we have the ion one, which is probably the most goofy out of all of them. It just sprays ion everywhere. It's more like a chain Vulcan than a normal weapon. Anyway, let's get some more ships. What about Traveller? Get back here. Where's me Traveller? I think it's so far up the list the game forgot. Well, the console forgot. It's not just me today. I'm probably spelling that wrong. Let's just double check before I do something silly. Boss Slug. There we go, we'll get Big Ion back again. I'm going to bully him a little more. So, organal upgrades for modular artillery cost a lot of power. We can start with the beam. The beam is going to need a lot of help, so we'll get ourselves some... We'll just get ourselves a bunch of tiny little ion cannons to help this one along. So the organal beam gives you 50 seconds to wipe the enemy's shields off, and it fires an absolutely ridiculously large volley of beams. So all you have to do is remove the shields, and in exchange it will almost guaranteedly one-shot the enemy ship. Well, you'd have to wait quite a while for it, so... Yeah. The Jerrys are fighting in the bay. And goodbye. That's the organal beam. After 50 seconds, if you've removed the enemy's shields with ion, the enemy ship stops existing completely. It's just gone. On average, it does 30 damage. So if the enemy has 30 or less hull, they're going to get one shot by the beam artillery, which in this case was far more than enough. The only ship I know of that doesn't reliably get one shot with that is the MFK flagship from the True Ending. Because the flagship has a lot of empty rooms, it actually does get one shot reliably. You'd have to get very unlucky for it to have health left. So yeah, bring ion and the enemy stops existing. It's a countdown to their doom. But if that's not the pace you're looking for, well, we have other things. So if you like boarding, and you have crew that are immune to fire, which I actually don't just now, so I'm just gonna watch the fire from a distance. And console trickery. Anyway, we're gonna watch the fireworks from the safety of our own ship. We're not gonna bother sending crew over and dealing with boarding shenanigans. And it shoots a bunch of missiles, locks a bunch of rooms down, and it sets a ton of fires everywhere. So it's a one-stop shop for dealing with aerobic ships. So the True Ending flagship that I mentioned gets completely ruined by this. Give it a whack with this and it will burn everything. Yeah. I think it'll take 3 shots to kill this ship. And then it'll be completely gone. That'll do it. Goodbye, slugs. Yeah, crew kills. In a slightly more reasonable time frame than your average crew killing weapon. Which takes quite a while, although we seem to have missed a room. That pesky artillery moment, when you just can't hit all those rooms. And it leaves one out. It's so annoying. And I forgot the doors again. Anyway, there we go. Goodbye, slug. Have another big ion. We don't even have space for the big ions. I've got too much storage. Being taken up. And for the last one, what have I not? What have I shown off? The ion. The fun one. So this thing is a weapon that... Holy crap. It's a weapon. I forgot how much damage these things did. And it just shoots ion very, very quickly and aggressively. Once it breaks the enemy shields, it's going to keep pelting the enemy ship with little shots that do a ton of damage. And it's unrelenting, it doesn't stop. If you cloak, it keeps firing and it doesn't break your cloak either. Just pokes the enemy ship until it falls over. And there we go. That's all of our modular artilleries. I think we have missed some, but it doesn't matter. We got drone bays now. Because some people apparently like drones, which, I mean, I kind of like drones. I do still prefer the weapons, though, I must say. But if you like drones, there's also a modular drone bay, although it looks like the store is trying to tell me to look at artillery again. We've already covered that one. The game seems to have the wrong idea. So there we go, we'll get 3 of these. Prepare our ship again and go for more storage checks. So, if you decide you like drones instead of your typical weapons, we have drones. They come in the form of laser beam, missile and ion drones again. And surprised to say, there were actually missile drones to use. That was one that worried me. It turns out there are 2 missile drones, but I've kept them all the same. The missile one is perhaps the most bland here. So we're actually going to avoid it, because I don't like it. And we'll go for a beam. Everyone loves a good beam drone. Well, everyone loves a fire beam drone. I don't see many people that like the actual combat beam drone. There must be someone out there that likes a combat beam too. I must say, I'm not really quite sure. And oh my god, the menu is spilling over the bottom. This is why you don't have 3 modular systems all at once. Anyway, let's upgrade these. I'll just take a right mixture. So there we go, and I'll put the beam up to level 3. There. So we've got a mixture of drone bays like we did for the artillery. I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time going over these because they are basically the same as the artillery. They just shoot drones. So we'll bully that same ship again. This poor slug cannot get a break from these drone surges and weapon surges. So, laser 1, I'll show this one off. It shoots combat 1s, combat 2s, and then at max level, combat 3s. Which I suppose is probably not surprising, but anyway, that's what it do. Each drone from the surge that you produce from your modular drone base shoots twice. So after shooting 2 shots, they leave. That's all their stuff they're doing done. The first level only does 2 damage, the second one does 4, the third one does 6. And they will definitely need a lot more support than the artilleries, which are sort of independent. But in exchange, they tend to do more overall damage. So, yeah. Because each drone does 2 damage. And I think we need to... Dear God. I did not buy doors. This is a good lesson for everyone at home. Please buy the doors system. And have crew. Have crew before fighting bosses. Anyway, let's just keep going. Who cares if my ship is blowing up? I'm going to spam drones. We've got what? Beam 3? Beam 3 is a nice one. It's a good medley of stuff. Although I will need some weapons to let these through. Where's the iron weapons? Get them back. There we go. Right, let's clear the shields on this so that we can get some beam drones through. Gotta love a good beamage. It's not usually something that can be enjoyed very well, because the beam drones are generally underpowered. But this one does a ton of damage. Overall, I think we did about, what, 14? It's not too bad. Well, the enemy's beam is also very effective by the look of it. So we'll quickly show off our last one. The last one's level 1 as well. What a shame. So anyway, oh, I've activated 2 of them at the same time. I've done the naughty, with not resetting the encounter. Uh-oh. Yeah, in theory, they can actually stack, by the way. I just chose not to enable the functionality, because I thought it would be overpowered. But if you're wondering, I think someone had asked earlier how the timer worked, but it's sideways. I thought it was downwards, but there we go, it's sideways. And it looks like I've died, which is not what I had in mind. Is it defend? Death? I don't... Why is that stupid NG called? I have no idea. And there's no point summoning Stranger. Let's just get some regular NG in here. I need a ship full of NG to clean up this mess. There we go. And I guess while the NG are cleaning up, you can think about the upgrades that we'll do next, because I'm not going to show off too many more of these. Yikes, that's beepy noises for sure. Whoopsies, I've actually killed all my NG. Well, that's awkward. Let's just restart. That was not intended. I'll just spawn these in manually. So, spawn to the store. Sell these augments. We'll get 3 more. Out of the ancient and orgaranal ones, what do people fancy seeing? We want some beam surges or some missile surges, because I've got 3 slots and I'm not going to show any more of these. Missiles, beams, ions, lasers. What's the mood of today? What are we going to have? Some beamage? Because I think... Get some org. No? Oh well, I think what would I choose? The high level ones. Need some ions. Oh yeah, we didn't have any ions of the other ones. Let's do Ancient Ion, because that's the one that scares most players a lot. We need some beam. Let's get a beam. I could do either of these. I think we'll do the Ancient of that as well. And then we've got one more slot for something to show off. I'll probably do an Orgaranal for the last one. There we go. It's got a missile and a laser remaining. What do we have? For our last remaining category. This will be the overpowered one as well. Because it's the Orgaranal tech one. For point of reference, either of these two cost more than 600 scrap each, so the missile Orgaranal particularly is 650 scrap, so it's the single most expensive item in the mod as of the current update that you can actually buy, because you can't buy the equivalent of Riftbreaker. Oh, not Riftbreaker, the laser. The laser is very fun. The laser is probably the most terrifying of all of them. Let's get me an assortment of crew again. And before I forget, we're definitely going to need sensors for the laser one. Because if we don't have sensors, I can't see the wonderful destruction that occurs. Right, let's find that damned thing that blew my ship up. Where is that? Where's that traveller? The console has forgone again, god damn it. Handsman, and I'll take you on normal. There. We'll get Never Miss to bother this time. Because, I mean, we've annoyed the other slugs enough already, I think. And we'll start with the Ion one, actually, because the Ion one is, out of all of them, probably the most interesting, because most people don't usually pick up the plasma drones. And it includes a mixture of normal plasma drones and the royal versions. So let's invest entirely in defense. This is an epic mistake. Always remember a nice mixture of offense and defense over here. But today we break the rules. I'm gonna hide in my cloak. We'll wait on some plasma shots coming in. So yeah, Andre the drone base provides a nice mixture. You get 2 of each. 2 royal, 2 normal. The total plasma damage is quite insane. It's 2 per normal and 4 per royal, so it breaks 5 full shield layers if all the shots hit. Which isn't very likely, but it could happen. You could completely destroy 5 shield bubbles permanently, or until the enemy fixes them. Although they're not very good for killing the enemy ship on their own, because their fire chance is incredibly low. So we may need an actual weapon. Let's take out a Volg because it's funny. There we go. Once our beam is ready, the enemy ship will be yeeted. It'll take a little second, but yeah. Plasma. For when you really hate the enemy shield system and you want it to just go away, it's got you covered. And then you can beam to your heart's content, or if you're feeling a bit rogue, I guess you could use Never Miss instead, but don't tell the Volg we thought Never Miss was better. We may upset the beamage. Speaking of beamage, if you want beam drones, we also have ancient beam drones. These are the new ones, obviously, because there weren't any beam drones before this update. So we'll also need, I think, some decently strong ion, because I want this to go through. Because like the other beams, like well, all beams really, they don't go through shields on their own, so we'll need to give it a bit of hand. And that Eradicators will probably one-shot this. I don't imagine they're going to need 2 shots. Oh no, it left it with 1 health. There you go. What absolutely wonderful. So yeah, beams. And then the last one is the scary one, which is the Ogorano one, which is 6 power instead of 4. And for the laser one particularly, this is the Froster Surge. This doesn't need any help whatsoever. It will completely shred the enemy ship. And it will do so by killing their crew. And this one is perhaps the most violent of all the surges. The enemy ship, in a few seconds, will become a giant icicle. And there you go. Frosty Surge is very scary. The enemy ship is now completely frozen for, I think it lasts about 15 seconds. And if the enemy crew don't have high-level medical systems or clone bays, well, they're kind of just gone, and it doesn't take very long. So yeah, that one's probably the most satisfying. Let's have that one again to finish off this segment. Because there's not awfully much yet left, sadly. We're getting near the end of the demonstration section. So a little bit more frosty surprise. It looks like there's a slug trying to hide on our ship. The sussy imposter down the bottom corner. Get out of there. Can't escape your fate. Did the Never Miss encountered boss drop a pinpoint beam? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. And yeah, that's all of them. But speaking of travellers, as with every new ship, obviously we're sticking to the same rules Multiverse did with this add-on. If we're adding new ships, we need to add more Multiverse travellers to go with them. Because if you don't know, all of these traveller bosses are based on player ships. And the idea is that these are just, well, other players that are a bit annoyed. They want to steal your money. So, with that in mind, I added a traveller of my own. And it is a pretty extreme traveller. I'm going to use the Frost Surge to get rid of it, because it's rather annoying. And we'll load, I'll do the middle one. There we go. Where is it? EI Traveller Boss Challenge. There we go. So this little dude is, well, I mean, you can immediately see this is very different. Compared to your standard Traveller, he is rather spicy. Now, his engines are a little bit bigger than usual, but his shield is entirely Zoltan shield. He has no interest in regular shields, which are not worth his time, apparently. So for this one, I'm going to frost it to death, because that's probably the most effective. And this fella is bringing probably the nastiest weapon you can get. It's got chain energy. So if you take too long to kill this thing, that's going to add up. And as I've already mentioned, his shield system is basically all Zoltan shield. These little overcharger drones replenish this bar instead of the normal shield. So you're going to need a lot of shield damage. A good ion weapon, perhaps. Yeah. Wonder how many frost surges it'll take to get rid of this thing. Probably 3 or 4, because this Lanius is being stubborn. There we go. Oh, and I picked the challenge version, so I got the ship unlock. I'll need to undo that one. But anyway, yes, this Traveller comes with a ship unlock if you beat it up. So if you whack the Traveller, it'll drop its own blueprint, along with the big scary crystal weapon I showed off earlier. But it only drops its blueprint on challenge or higher. If you're playing on normal difficulty, it won't drop its unlock at all. So you got to push yourself with it if you want to get this delightful ship to play as yourself. And I believe we've arrived at the end of demonstration section. I am left with the Engrel. And today I'll be playing Engrel B. But before I play Engrel B, obviously I've just spent more than an hour talking, so after all of that, does anyone have any questions? Because I will answer all of the questions I'm provided today. That's my objective. Yeah. Are there any questions while I sit and sort out our next run? How do we spend our scrap here? Let's probably buy this. And the weapon we're playing today is the Harvester Drone. It's not a weapon, it's a drone. Well, let's get me my harvesters out. And these are... where are they? It's around here somewhere. Right, Organo Combat Beam. There. I'll just sort around this one while we're going. Drone. What is my favourite ship overall? Oh, favourite ship. That's a quite easy question for me. It's Augmented Sea, which is the ghost ship that has a Zoltan shield. I think that's definitely my favourite ship by quite a large margin. I think out of all of them, it's the one that I have the most fond memories of playing. And of course, it's the one I used for Crucible, so it has some great potential in terms of power as well. It's a ship that you really can't go wrong with if you're looking for some fun ghosty boarding. It doesn't have the weaknesses the other ghost ships have of being really fragile in the early game. While they're waiting on that upgrade, it can carry its own weight, which I appreciate substantially. As I find the other ghost ships, you spend a lot of time fussing over them in the early game when they have very little going for them, which is quite embarrassing. Right. Does anyone else have any more questions before we get going on our adventure for the day? Or should we just start going with our crazy little drones on an adventure? Right, I think I'll just get going. If there's any more questions, I will answer them over the course of the run, but for now, I think it's time to finally start playing with today's weapon, which, boy, I did not expect the patch notes section to take an hour and a half. I do apologise for being a little slow, because that was, it's a bit awkward. Anyway, let's begin playing with today's drone. Today's drone is the originates one, so this is going to be a complete cakewalk. We have the Harvester drone from the originates beam surge. It lights fires, pierces shields, and does a ton of damage, and I've already been offered a juicy surrender. This is perhaps eating my words when I said we wouldn't get lucky, although I forgot to install my drone base, so I guess we don't need that. Let's keep going. I'm going to sell my modular drone bay components because I don't need them. We're not going to need them at all. Our drones are going to carry us. Well, actually, hold on. We could do ion drone surges. I think we'll do that. Do we risk a crew? Sure. No medic today, but who cares? Well, instead, let's keep trucking. And yeah, these little harvester drones, they're nasty. Piercing 2 shields is no joke, and the damage. It's not even just the damage, it's the fire that comes afterwards that's more evil. That's what makes our little ship quite a little meaty death cube. Little angrel. The tough little ship in the form of a box made of 4 engines because some pirates were drunk and decided that all you needed to make a good ship were a bunch of engines, which it's not quite how it works. Although this ship is surprisingly well armed for something of its size. It's a very small, tiny little ship. Anyway, ion drone bay, we'll get that. We're not really going to need that modular drone bay until sector 5, because it's 2 shield pierce, so if the enemy has 2 or less shields, we don't care. If they have 3, we kind of still don't care, because the beam effect will pass through a shield. It's when we finally arrive at ships with 4 shields I need to actually care. And by then I think we'll have plenty of upgrades to deal with the enemy. What is Sylvan selling? I can actually buy stuff from him and he sells trash. I am... My disappointment is immeasurable. Sylvan, why? Anyway, I can't complain too much. I have a bunch of incredibly degenerate drones on my ship. I think my right to complaining has been removed for this run. I don't need carried anymore. My good luck. Anyway, onwards. I just want some drone surges for fun. Let's see this. How much is this? Oh, it's just one of them. Oh no. I might need to upgrade that after all. Because that ain't going to be reliable. I want that at level 2, I think. Might be the sweet spot for that. Anyway. Get out of here, you elite rebel. You're not so elite. He's a sussy imposter. He claims to be elite, but he's always terrible. Never seems to win, which is pretty mad. Oh. I haven't bought anything. I can upgrade my drone bay in Sector 1. No. This sector map is absolutely atrocious. Oh my god. Right, you know what? This sector map is so bad, I'm not even going to bother playing this. It's all red. No, it's so boring. Get out of here. I'm actually just going to restart because it's that bad. I took one look at that crap and I was like, no, no, no. We're not playing that. You know what, before we do that again as well, I'm going to check the sector map because that was embarrassing. I mean, it just looked awful. It's like there's no sectors at all, no true ending. What's the sector map look like? Yeah, that's more reasonable, I can deal with that. The starting sector map is crap, but I'd like to remind you, I have overpowered beam drones, I can't complain. Anyway, off again. We'll salvage after installing all of our goodies. And we'll go again. This is not going to take long to get back to where we were because we have giant beams. Oh, beams. Speaking of beams, here's Leah. Get beamed, stupid. Wannabe beam master. She is definitely not a beam master, if I have anything to say about it. My beam is bigger than your beam. That's for sure. An antivirus module. What a wonderful augment. I don't need that, Sylvan. You can have that back. What is he selling? He's selling... Oh, okay, this is actual garbage. An Ares missile, anyone? I don't think I've ever wanted one of those. We've got Particle 2. Fire... Oh, Bio-Ion. Hold on. It's like literally one of a handful of weapons I want. I'll keep one of the funny asteroid launchers just to show it off, I suppose, but... Anyway. Free crew member? Sure. A Zoltan is... interesting. A chain bomb, I don't... No, we're not going to do a chain bomb. It's not happening today. Oh, shields. Sell modular drone bay components, get shields. No. I'll regret that later if I do that. Wait, let's keep going. I'll wait until probably sector 3 even, because we're not going to need that for a while. Exit has 3 jumps left. We can just square. This is a very extravagant looking sector 1. Red sectors. Okay, so I don't like red sectors because they just generally have boring quests in them. I like some excitement. I like purple sectors the most out of all of the 3 types. Which is apparently an oddity. Everyone else seems to hate purple sectors, but I like them. Because I like me some slugs. Or more particularly, my favourite one trick is the slug ending, which, who knows, with that sector map there's a small chance of it. And this ship does have a very nice teleporter. Because all of the Angrels have 2x2 teleporters. Which is definitely worth using for boarding. Alright. Zoltan dude, he can power my engine. There you go. He's a battery. Obviously we know what the sector map looks like, so... I just spent my time resetting the game to avoid red sectors, and if I want purple sectors, I'm going to have to go to red ones. Well, this sucks. I guess we're going to do a little bit of a checkerboard of red and purple after a rock sector. Obviously take our jump. This ship's special augment is a version of that pirate engine mod that you can reuse, but it doesn't give you as much. It only gives you 1 jump, and it only does 2 damage. So it's a watered down version of the overdrive capacitor. But anyway. We've arrived in Sector 2. I'm going to actually just get power. It's incredibly greedy, but I'll take 2. Take 2 of these. Yeah. Let's go to fire. Fire? No, don't set me on fire. Where is the ship from? The ship is from EI, which I actually need to put the link to in the description of the video. I kind of forgot. Just now, if you want the copy of it, you'll have to bug the people on the Multiverse Discord for one. And later tonight, I will sort the link to get it off of the Google Drive. Obviously, I was going to do that after we had a stream, so people could get a look at it and all the stuff that it does. What have we got here? A free mantis. This is a bit sus. What have we got going on over here? It's a mantis ship, and they seem to have stolen the free mantis. It's a bit of a role reversal, but anyway. What have we got? A repair bomb in Sector 2. I think this is probably the best shop I've seen in Sector 2 ever. Repair bomb is like the best thing you could ever have. You can turn missiles straight in a hull, which is stupid. Completely bypass the economy, repair whenever you want. And it only costs 40 scrap, which is really stupid. A rock? Okay. I don't like outcasts very much. I like the concept of the outcasts, but I never get enough of them to actually board with them. And oh my god, I have scrap for this. I can afford a commando. Right, we're getting a teleporter as our second system. I don't care what the sector map has on it. I want to board. Oh, I want boarding. No. I'm not listening to your history, buddy. I want... Either you can offer me rocks, or you can... Oh my god. A merchant beacon? If only I had augment slots for this. God damn, this is overpowered. I don't know. We've got a locked Zoltan shield and a locked modular drone base, sadly. So... Oh, ow, I took damage. Yeah, we need some shield system, I think. That's our next priority. Unfortunately, our Zoltan shield will only go so far. There we go, get a free reactor upgrade, which is always nice. I don't think we'll take any more stalls because we can't afford shields, which is the thing we need. Outcasts. Okay, so we might actually get boarding with rocks. It's unlikely, but it has happened, and we actually have enough of rocks to utilize these dudes properly. So, 2 outcasts and a commando, that spells probably the strongest boarding party I've had in a while. We've got ourselves a little Zoltan shield ship. This is not a problem for our dudes. The teleporter on this is a 2x2, so it's a 4-man teleporter. So you get quadruple boarding. It'll take up this room here. And then we'll be able to board with all of them. We've got a crystal now as well, so we are completely popping off. This is going to be some savage boarding. Which is completely unnecessary because we have giant beam drones. I guess we'll be using it to board the shield room. What do we got here? 3. So we've got 2 jumps left. A second merchant beacon. What the heck is this? I'm sorry, this is a rarity 5 augment, and I've had 2 of them in the same sector. Okay, whatever's going on today is absolutely sus. This is very out of hand. Oh my... It only costs 12 scrap for 2 jump snack sector. That is an enormous steal. Empty clouds mantis. You know what? I'm feeling myself. We're gonna go annoy the mantis. You are absolutely nothing to me, stinky mantis. There we go. We'll not bother fighting the stinky mantis. The guard is not very interesting. I don't care so much about them. And the sector layout looks absolutely atrocious. What is this? Can I even use the jumps? Hello? Oh look, a mantis traveller. Get out of here. Smelly. There we go, nice beam drones. Eat them. And hopefully this store will sell us some shields, because I'm not feeling like running around without shields for much longer. We are getting a little bit too late in the run for that. Because we're going to start finding ships that do actual amounts of damage. And I need to not die. So there we go. Can I sell anything for shields? I could sell the bio ion, but that's a bit dodgy. Oh, this is free mantis. It's not actually mantis. I'm sorry. I go into a store and I want shields, but it's offering me pre-torch. I am so conflicted right now. Do I buy the overpowered pre-torch or do I get shields? You know, I'm feeling dangerous. We're buying a pre-torch. It's not the viable thing, but I'm doing it anyway. You can't stop me. I'm going to chad all of the damage with Repair Burst. Oh, I don't have a Zoltan. Oh no. I shouldn't have sold my thing. Whoops. These are both preemptive weapons. I guess we're buying a crystal lockdown bomb. Actually, we have boarding. That's not the worst thing that's ever happened. There you go, crystal lockdown bomb. Thankfully, this thing uses 1 power. I can't believe I just bought a lockdown bomb, though. It's like, of all the things I would never buy, that is definitely the number one. Ah yes, boarding. An auto scout. It's the funniest thing I've ever heard. No. Shoo. Another store. Okay, so we have an opportunity to redeem ourselves and actually buy shields. If we actually get some money on the way around, it looks like we're getting the opposite of money. We're getting trolled. Completely and utterly. What is with all these cloaking ships all of a sudden? Get out of here. Smelly cloaking. I guess we should probably be trying to crew kill some of... Crew kill the auto scouts. No. Never mind, we'll not crew kill them, we'll just blow them up. As I was saying, we're going to crew kill? I can't crew kill that. That's... Okay. We just have no money. And I also can't avoid this store. Wait, is that 5? Oh no! I have to dive. Well, it looks like we're going to be diving for the exit, which in a Mantis sector is terrible. I really don't want to have to dive. We might get an MFK on the exit beacon. Do I want to trade? No, because I don't have any money. Oh, wait, this thing's not in range either. Oh boy, I have 7 engines and I can't run away from the elite. And it has 3 shields, so we only tap it lightly. There we go. I did not dodge that one. That's a bit of an oof. It's terrible to dive in a Mantis sector because it is high threat level, so you get upgraded ships when you dive are quite common. What's more superior? Slugs? I think we like slugs more than Mantis. Get out of here. The slugs probably won't give me anything either, but whatever. Right, distress. Let's go have a look here. I got trolled. That's nice. We still have that repair bomb in the hull, so I don't care. I'll just fix my hull for free. Wait, did Mantis actually give more scrap? That is awkward. Right, auto-scout shoe. Auto-scout in an asteroid field with a beam drone, dear god. That could have been awful if it got a lucky shot. And yeah, the unavoidable dive is here. This is gonna suck. What did we roll? We rolled a brick. Actually, it's a good thing it's a brick, because we can... I'm gonna go full combat. I'm gonna apply all 3 of these to try and kill this as quickly as possible. Please don't shoot at me. Can we dodge? We can dodge. Right, what do we got? A lot. What? What do you mean? Okay, the rarest sector in the game. This is incredibly cursed. I don't really want to fight the guard. The guard is no good. What I want is to get more of those Rockman commandos. Wait, are we going to end up with quadruple commando boarding? Because that would not be very balanced. Also, yeah. Lost Sun Stronghold is not a sector I've been to for a really long time. It's, yeah, it's been a while. Alright, let's check the little map thing. What is it? I think it's an empty jump here. Yeah, no ship. Actually, we don't have long-range sensors, it doesn't matter. Avoid distress beacons at all costs. Let's go find Ariadne. Also, I've just realised I have a fire beam and I'm in Lost Sun Stronghold. This is, like, completely terrible. What am I doing? And oh yeah, the enemies are getting 3 shields. Yeah, we need to get shields of our own, I think. It's long overdue. Or even cloaking would work, but we need something. I'm tempted to sell the pre-torch, as unfun as that sounds, because we're not going to be getting any use out of it this sector. That's like guaranteed. It's complete trash. Oh dear, don't burn my thing. Let's see, will we find Ariadne? Nope. Alright. Guess not. Let's just laser this one to death. We'll also need to consider buying the next upgrade of modular artillery, because we're going to need it soon. Not this sector, I think we'll be fine for now. The level 1 should be all we need for the boss, but we are going to need it for the next one. Let's attack the rock. We might take a little bit of damage here. Nope, we got off for free, it seems. Almost. Okay, 1 damage, that's fine. Improved armories, that's interesting, but I like my augment that the ship comes with a little bit too much. Armories would be really good though. It's that's a very difficult one. But I'm going to stick with my engine. And yeah, we found Ariadne. And I hear fire. What's burning? More importantly, where's burning? Oh, that's breached. Right, let's fix that. But that's not answering the question of where's the burning noise coming from. Oh, dear God. Let's put that out. That's where the fire is. Let's not burn my ship down. I'm surprised I haven't been hit with any fire-based weapons, actually. It's kind of the whole gimmick of the sector. It's all been just normal crap. Also, are we playing on normal speed? Because this feels slow. No, we are playing on speed. Okay, that's... I'm so used to speed, I forget that it's even turned on now. It just feels normal. It doesn't feel fast anymore. I guess I must have been playing with this for too long. And yeah, we're going to get Ariadne. Man. It's, that's quite difficult. Also, we've had no stores. Who stole my stores? I need a shield system, man. Okay, this encounter is boosh. I can't remember how much this hurts, but it hurts a lot. Oh my God. Wait, my reactor's hacked as... Oh dear, I've made a mistake. Mistakes were made, mistakes were made. Help. There we go. I had no idea how much that was going to take off, but Jesus. That's like pre-nerf self-cuck. What the heck? And oh, that's a... Shh. Nearly 100 scrap, though. It was a worthwhile encounter, but... That's kind of spooky. Am I just not getting any stores? Bruh. Well, I guess I won't have any stores. Right, now comes the one I think will actually genuinely kill my ship. Because I don't have anything for this until my modular artillery is fired. As soon as this comes out, I need to go all in on damage, and I need to use this to... Yeah, we're going to have to chad a lot of damage. Ay. Okay, repair bomb. They burned my system out. This is terrible. This is just why I can't be bothered with stupid little weapons that don't fire when they don't have a system powered. Yeah, that's what happens when preemptive weapons don't fire when they have no power. You just die. That's why I don't like repair bomb mid-combat, because it's stupid. To be fair, I kind of expected that because drones only pierce 3 shields, which is a bit awkward, and we needed a store. But this boss is completely unhinged, so it was unavoidable. So that's awkward. As per the rules though, we didn't actually get to Sector 5, so I have to restart the run. I want to run 3 now. Let's see, that's... Nah, that's boring. We can do better than that. I want something interesting. No, I want late nebulas. Late nebulas are my thing. Is he something better? That's more like it. Oh, I can do this. There's an NG sector as well, so we might get a... Might visit some crunchy boys. But anyway. Yeah, no, that's why the Lost Sun sector is rare. The boss encounter from the Lost Sun sector is incredibly overtuned compared to the other stuff. And we got it in Sector 4. It normally spawns in Sector 6 or 7. So we got it way too early, and the boss doesn't scale. It's like the gunboat from the... I don't know if you've been to the Federation sector, we get Tully. It's like that. The boss doesn't scale. It's a static amount of weapons. Which is not balanced in Sector 4, as evidently seen. It's very stupid. I think my issue was that that repair bomb went off at the worst time as well. Couldn't actually do anything. I think we'll just get rid of the asteroid launchers. We're not going to use those. Anyway, let's get my drones back. Right, we're back to where we should be, and oh, I forgot to upgrade drones. I'm not making that mistake again though. I shouldn't have bought that pre-torch without knowing what the next sector was going to be. It's clearly a skill issue. I should have predicted a Lost Sun stronghold. That just feels kind of bad though. Boarding drones. This is fun. Can we actually kill boarding drones? Questions I don't normally ask myself, but this crew is terrible. No, we actually can't. Hold on, we might have a problem. I can't beat these drones up. There we go. The starting crew on this ship is all humans, so it's no good. My bees are not very good. Or a ship full of useless humans, although, with a lab upgrade, I believe they aren't too bad. It's, teamwork neurons or something makes this quite good. Right, let's give this a whack. Yeah, look, the beam drone's back to being overpowered again. There's no shields to annoy it. And I'm not going to bother with the modular drone bay this run. I think I'll just get an ion weapon to sit in my hotbar. Which hopefully a certain slug vendor might sell me one. It's like, who knows? Sylvan could provide us a useful weapon for once instead of garbage. It's probably going to be mine launchers again though. A battle drone. No, I don't want a battle drone. It's a Ransour and a... Oh god, this is awful. Heavy stunner. Okay, I said I wanted an ion weapon, but damn, I'm not that desperate. That's terrible. What is this crap? No. I don't think I'll buy a heavy stunner. I'm half tempted just to buy Hades and set the shield systems on fire. Because that is awful. And yeah, let's keep going. We'll power it later. We don't need it just now anyway. It's for future proofing. For when my beam drones stop being able to yeet everything. An energized overcharge. I can't use that. It's a drone. Pesky rewards. This is even more cursed than last run. Giving me an overcharged drone. What a tease. What are we going to get next? A guard drone? Bruh. No, an amphi-defense drone. Good thing I didn't need drones. That's awful. Light laser? No. Light lasers are just not worth it normally. Actually, hold on, there's a thought. The size of the rooms on the ship being small means teamwork neurons is bad. Just had that thought. It's a completely relevant yet random thing to consider. But yes, teamwork neurons might not be the best idea. Although, what are the other upgrades? It's like diversification. I think that's better in small quantities. Which we will have. Boarding, though. Teamwork neurons boarding is probably one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Anyway, let's keep going. I think we'll also install the drone arm. I didn't bother last run and we somehow didn't run out of parts, but we should probably get drone recovery. Right, let's leave sector 1 again. I know next sector's going to be fun because it's an NG sector. It's like it's not gonna kill me. It's just some NG. Peaceful NG. Well, apparently peaceful NG. They're not actually all that peaceful compared to everything else. Right, NG. Yeah, stun ions. I mean, the issue with stun ion... Oh no, I forgot to use my engine. I feel stupid. Okay. I clicked the wrong button. Whoopsies. Me Angie. I'm gonna blow the NG up this time because I've had enough of NG. Wait a minute, I went to an NG sector. They're gonna have stupid anti-drones. Oh no, we're gonna need to get the thing for dealing with anti-drones, the scrambler. God damn it. And yeah, this is what happens when you humans don't have teamwork neurons. It's terrible. It's no good. Get rid of these drones. Ah. Alright, I wonder if we'll find the link or if we'll get trolled. Knowing my luck, we're gonna get trolled, but one can hope. That's all the stores. You know what? I complained last run about a lack of stores, and we're not having that problem today. This run is less cursed. A choice of 3. What do we need? We don't need fuel. We don't need repairs, and I don't need ammo. I guess fuel is the most useful for later, though. So we'll buy that. Signal diluter. Interesting. Don't actually need that though. Teleporter, it's a bit early. I need to actually buy the lab upgrades, then we do that. So we'll get this and a bit of power. There. Link, okay, are we going to go to Ancient Sector this run? Yes! Ooh. Okay. We're going to the Obelisk Sector in Sector 2? Yikes. Anointed in Sector 2. Oh no. I need cloaking before I get absolutely roasted. Please don't spawn the quest near the start. Oh, that's better. The quest is literally at the end of the sector. That's much nicer. We're not going to waste too many jumps. I want money. Don't set my ship on fire for it though. It's rude. It's this top area again. God damn it. Game seems to want to turn my drones off. It's like they're overpowered or something. Foolish meat sacks? What? No you. One mantis trying to board a ship full of crew. It's a bit adventurous. Right, done. Next encounter. Give me something nice. There we go, a quest, that'll do. How many jumps we got left? 7? 4, 5, 6, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, I'll take a chunk. The fire. Not the fire. Surely not. It's a rock again. The rocks are here for their revenge. I don't think I want rocks right now. Go away. Let me out of here. Thankfully my chunky engine is more than enough to get us out of danger. Oh. Hello, it's an auto scout. Pesky auto scout, get out of here. Shoo. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 5. Crystal store. It could give us some weapons, maybe. Could be interesting. Crystals, if we want boarding, I mean, crystals suck now anyway. It's not really worth considering. Oh yeah, I have drone bay components to sell. I completely forgot. There we go, cloaking. And it comes pre-upgraded, which is extra nice. You don't even have to bother upgrading it. Oh yeah, this is the speedy boy. He comes with... oh, shit. Engines. No, I didn't upgrade my weapons bay. I can't damage this stupid ship. There's no way I can anti-drone. You know what? I'm just disappointed. Let's just leave. I knew I'd get trolled at least once this sector by needing an anti-drone, but I didn't expect it to be a rebel ship, if I'm being honest. I thought it would be an NG ship with a anti-drone. I can't afford scrambler this early in the run, so there's not really much I can do. Oh, thanks, Pulsar. Bruh. Just lets a giant fat-ass kernel through. That's like very rude, but okay. Exit beacon. Right, what do we got on the exit beacon? No. Let's go to the augmented sector. I've got cloaking now, so I'm not too bothered. And we get a crunchy boy, my favourite type of crew. Of all of the crew in the game, it has to be crunch. Or more specifically, augmented in general. Which, given this ship's teleporter... oh, wait, hold on, this is the drone one, isn't it? It doesn't have... it has a 2x2. 2x1. Not a 2x2, it's shields that goes here. Oh no! Teleporter on this one must be one of the stupid 2 tiles. Well, that's less entertaining. Haha, he's got 2 shields, what a dummy. I am definitely going to be judgmental of this silly Lanius for not upgrading his shields. I guess that's the advantage of coming here so early. All the ships are low level. Right, let's whack these. This one's not really a problem. It's got 1 shield because my drone's whacked it. We get a harbinger, that's usable. It's a weapon. It's not ideal, but it's a weapon. Wow, this cloaking's just savage. Well, we've got ruins. Nope, the ruins are probably over here. I didn't guess it'll be right in the corner. Help the augmented or the elites? I'll help the augmented because that gives me a crunch for free. A free crunch is always a good crunch. There we go. And still no ruins. I want my third one because it's worth a ton of money. There's our last ruins. There we go. That's all the stuff. And do we buy a teleporter if it's only a 2 tile? What's the crew capacity of the ship? It's 8. Well, I mean, 2 crunches is still worth boarding over, and if we buy anointed, if we recruit anointed with the director drone, it'll definitely be worthwhile. Plasma is needed. Yes, that's a good point. We will at least need to keep the Harbinger to get the plasma drone surge. So we can't sell the Harbinger either, it's got to stay. Plus we get the Zoltan Shield Overclocker later on in the run. So there's definitely some value to be had. Right, so there's a question of, do I want crunch fart boarding or do I want to go for hacking? Honestly think we'll get more value out of a level 4 teleporter. Clone Bay... It's a 3 tile and it's right next to the teleporter. I think we'd be better off with what we have. I'll buy a crunch. And I'll sell one of my humans to get fit the anointed, and we'll then be able to board with 4. So the augmented are going to board. And then we need to man all through the systems. So this dude is going to get sold. The last person in the word B is being sold. He has been found to be sus. Oh no, it's one of these stupid things. Oh no. Power. Oh yeah, I did assault the drone bay to get cloaking. Because I knew we'd be coming to augmented. We needed cloaking, it wasn't optional. If we try fighting anointed without cloaking, we're going to get absolutely shredded by carnage. It's unfortunate. I guess we'll have to try and find a components during the run to buy. Or I could just get weapons, I suppose. What weapon would be good? We get particle missile, maybe? That might do. Just need something to bonk the shields. Another. I was hoping this was going to drop payload, but I think that's wishful thinking. And our last one. Ooh, I can buy a payload. There we go. That's good. That's just worth buying weapons power for. So we have a way to break shields now that's a bit more useful. It's 4 damage. And now we have this scary Lanius lady. Ding ding ding. Right, we're not going to sell you people because that's rude. You can eat with her another time, but not today. And we're done. A pre-ion! God damn! Okay, I said I wanted an ion weapon, but that's a little excessive. You can have my director. Well, it's all worth it. It's not rigged at all. We got ourselves a pre-ion to go with a payload. A pre-ion payload is exactly what I need. This stuff can all get sold now. What the heck was that? The crunchers are decided there. They've had enough. The augmented has left them. They're all alone. That's so sad. Are you joking me? A monk refuge? What are the odds of this? Okay, this is starting to get pretty cursed again. I'm going to run out of fuel as well. The sector looks like a bird. It is literally a bird sector. What is this? Right. What have we got? This is an empty... Oh no, it's an empty. I shouldn't have bought the payload because I've run out of fuel. I feel silly. What are we going to get? A very rude ghost. Well, screw you. We literally just saw ancients. I don't think we care about some pinicky ghosts. 2 fuel, that's not going to carry us very far. No, you're going to want to eat my crew. That's not very nice. Humans, okay, we can't buy that. Teamwork neurons. And there's a diversification because of our room size. Crunch military requires experimental alloy, which is 1 scrap more than I can afford right now, which is a bit awkward, but oh well. And yeah, if we get the quest, we're actually going to get Envoy. I want to see some Lanius. Let's bully some Lanius. Augmented to Superior, damn it. It's running away! There we go, that's what we needed. A big restock of all my stuff. Pirates. Whoopsies. Goodbye. You're not who I'm looking for. Oh no, Crystal Vengeance. No. I'm not dying to Crystal Vengeance today. A monk. With our crew setup, a monk is kind of jank, but oh well, we'll do it. A monk to man weapons? Really? A monk that mans weapons, huh? Now that's pretty sussy. My man's not very peaceful over here. Another monk. A monk trained in combat. That's incredibly sus. Get out of here. The monks are revealing their secrets. Oh, a mantis bomber. I found the testing mantis in the wild. I think I've killed at least 1,000 of these things. It's almost nostalgic to see one in a real encounter. Right, let's look at jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even with that being a nebula, we're going to dive, so we'll cut this short a bit. There's a sector map. Oh, we didn't want to go there anyway. The quest is here, or here, so we're definitely getting Envoy. Seems like he's guaranteed. Modular artillery. Ancient ion artillery is really bad compared to the drone version. Well, it would be a one-stop shop to ion. Also, another thing, the modular artillery will waste its shots against cloaking, but the ion drones won't. Because if a drone can't shoot, it just moves on and tries again. So I think we'll avoid that one. We want the drone compartment thing. Nothing here. Envoy? You're not Envoy. You're Envoy. And that, I think, reduces the fleet pursuit slightly, but I don't think it'll be enough. We might dive at the end of the sector. Really? Pre-ion, bruh. It's not actually damaging it. Ow! No, my crunches. What have you done to my crunchy boys? What did they do to deserve this? That thing broke my Zoltan shield at the most inopportune time. Who needs healing? Go on the maybe. The humans are getting vented in order to heal. This is like some sadistic ritual. It's very evil. But anyway, this should be the quest. Unless I have to waste a jump. There we go. Quest marker to next sector. No! Oh no! Unfortunately, it's not immune to the fleet, so that's a very big rip. I was looking forward to that. Aww. And we get a fleet delay on the jump afterwards. God damn it. Aww. I thought we'd reach it as well. Rip drone. I'm gonna send it to the rebels out of spite, I think. Anyway, we ended up on the bottom path. Look, the secret sector didn't actually screw us over this time. It just sent us on a normal path. I fumbled the thing again. Whoopsies. The sector looks like a dog. Just straight up, it's literally doggy sector. A bra moment. And scrap. There we go, 5 upgrades to the engine system, seems legit. And yeah, we're finally starting to run into shielded enemies, but I have pre-ion, so... Shielded is a very dangerous word. / term to use. Don't think they're actually shielded all that well. And unlike a normal run with pre-ion, we don't need to waste it on the Zoltan shield either. We can safely use it on the regular shields after these things break the Zoltan shield. So I don't think we need that modular drone bay at all. The pre-ion is a hard carry. Yeah, this is fine. I don't even need more drones. You know, just chilling with 2. I could buy a 3rd one. Why not? More drones, more drones. Rocks, no. Imagine buying rocks when you have crunches on your ship. Also, where was that quest? I have not been paying attention. Is it next to the exit beacon? Don't give me rocks, please. Oh yeah, it's all the way up the back. That is quite far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we need to head to the exit beacon. And yeah, we might get offered more rocks I don't need on the way. I don't need any more. Definitely not. What have we got? Scrap the wreckage. It's a... Oh, it's literally the rock live mine. And get a segment. So we've got a lot of delay now. Do I risk it? That's a lot of jumps if we get an empty beacon here. I think it's worth risking a dive and... Oh, bugger. No, my greed has ruined me. Screw you. You wanted an empty jump. Now we need to roll an empty jump to avoid diving. There we go. So I can take this extra jump here without losing any stuff. Alright, peace quest. This is just the surrender. This isn't particularly difficult. I actually have to watch not to blow this up. I might actually just put one drone out and not bother with the others, because this could hit them too hard. It's not normally a concern, but I am worried we'll blow them up and not get the reward, which would be awkward. Oh, this worries me. They've only got... Oh. Okay. Their surrender threshold was very low. That worried me a bit. And yeah. I'm actually taking Envoy. This feels so weird. It feels completely unnatural to want Envoy. But anyway. That's a gold ship. And we actually blew the ship up as well. Yikes. The Zoltan will not be happy. We've disappointed the Zoltan. We've let them down. Which is, oh well, it's a shame. Whatever. I have Envoy. I've got the proof of apparently being friendly. But I disagree. Yeah, what the Sector 4, what have we got? Black Market. I don't have Tuco's cruiser. Why not, I guess? We can... Oh crap, I need to crew kill this. Oh. I forgot about that part of the deal. Okay, we don't have much hull to play with, and this is notoriously difficult to kill. I don't have a life form scanner either, so I have no idea what this dude has. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if fire can kill them from the drones splashing. This isn't the part of the quest that I need anyway, this just unlocks Proto. I already have Proto. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try not to hit the shields and just use the fire from these beams to crew kill. There we go, we'll leave that alone now. My doors, whatever. Have they got a teleporter? Let's just knock that off as well. And then I'll payload their weapons last and hope that it's enough to crew kill completely. Although it looks like things are getting healed, so I'm going to say probably not. Might be wishful thinking. Yeah, they've got crew that can repair. You know what? Screw it. We don't need this quest. The one I need's from Tuco, which is the casino, which I can't even remember what type it is. It's I think it's just an empty. Anyway, a store. This isn't the store we want, but it's the store we get. Looks like we have to fight for our right to shopping. Oh my... They brought a drone surge of their own. It's a lot of drones. Mildly intimidating, but whatever. Pirate sector be kind of rigged though. There we go. Hull. Right, now we're pretty safe. We just need to go looking for Tuco. And then we can leave. This is not Tuco. This is the opposite of Tuco. This is cringe. Cringy guard beacons. Go away. What I want is an empty jump to drop another Sekhmet. That doesn't. I don't think that gives you an empty jump, so we'll whack these. Get out of here. There. Money. 2 stores. Okay, so it's a pirate store that we're looking for. That's a leech and sieve. The sieve might be the plus store though. No. Although it is an empty jump, so we'll lay a trap. What have we got? Chain energy. Oh. Ooh. Chain energy. Is chain energy better than payload? That's a tough decision. They're both incredibly good. Ironically, this doors hack is tempting for crew kill potential, but I don't think we're going to get any quests that need crew kills this run. I can always crunch as a last resort. Clone Bay, interesting. Clone Bay with crunches is kind of like torture for them, so let's not do that. Let's be rational individuals. And I'll keep the payload just now because I want the Aether Tech upgrades. A second chain and what? This is completely off the cuff. 2 chain energies back to back in stores. Well, I'll be damned. That's a little bit too generous. I don't think we need 2 of them. We only need 1 to break shields. And I've got a pre-ion anyway. The chain energy is just a backup in case the pre-ion for some reason runs out. Anyway, let's keep whacking. These pirates are not a problem. What's a bunch of pirates going to do to a giant beam? Pirate guard? What are you guarding? This isn't a guarded beacon at the start of the sector. No store? Man, I really want to find Tucko. There we go, that's what we want. Let's take a drink at the bar. Oh, wrong store. Aw, this is not the one we want. We want the one that gives Tucko's quest. Is it literally in the corner? A crystal store, that's not what I want. What on earth? Oh my god, an ampere beam? Oh. Ancient hyper igniter is now incredibly tempting. A shot of that is gonna nuke shields. Well, chain energy was a bad purchase anyway. That's way better. Now I just need the internals to make that work, and then we've got yeetage. And I think I'll risk diving. That's our last use of mine launcher this run. It was definitely nice. And we get the quest, which is going to get overtaken. Please tell me this is fleet immune. It better be fleet immune or I'm going to scream because I don't want to lose my quest. Oh, thank God. Right, look for Tucko. Follow. Aid Tucko. It has an anti-drone. No. Why does it have an anti-drone? And it has... I can't risk losing the Anointed. I should have bought a Clone Bay. Well, this is just ridiculous. I have to do something, though. Is it safe to board with crunches with only level 1? I mean, it doesn't say it's drone boosted, so we have to hope it is. They have mind control. Great. Oh, it turned it off. Right, there we go. Go, go, go. No, I think we've lost a crunch. Man. And the other crunch is being driven around like an idiot. Well, I mean, we needed a crew space for Tucko anyway. Which is not how I was expecting to select my crew space. Really? It bombed the medbay as he went into it to get healing. This is just ridiculous. I've lost 2 crew. Stupid encounter. Ugh. At least we got what we came for. We got Tuko. He's going to have to replace the monk, I think. And he's actually really good at fighting on his own, so that'll do. Although it does mean that my boarding is a lot less impressive now. Oh boy, and we have to dive. Well, let's take a look at this. Didn't run away, that's oof. Yeah, now I have the teleporter required to board them. After we lose a crunch. Which is a shame. Oh, crap, crunch, get in there, get in there. I'm just gonna leave, but okay, we'll need to remember that we don't have that powered. Oh, and the bug's back for other thing. I believe I have Metyant's cruiser, but not Billy's for some reason. I have no idea what I was doing on the run that I almost lost Tuko. Okay, this is annoying. I need to leave and stop getting trolled by this sector. What I was trying to say is I don't, for some reason, have Billy's cruiser because I think Billy died during my True Ending run that had Hector Mega Martin. Which is really bizarre, because Billy's not the one that usually gets wrecked. He's usually the tougher of the two. Well, two uniques. You got a Slug C boss out of the magic box. That is quite something. God, imagine if we get the magic box. I'm not taking it. It's completely rigged. No, my luck, I'd never get it open. Not laying mines and pissing the feds off anymore. Okay, so we get Hector weaponry. A Hector weapon setup. I mean, accuracy missiles though? Accuracy missiles kind of nice. But accuracy missiles are also what I'd regard as expensive, so no. And we have a comically oversized beam. If for some reason we need to show off. I don't like stations that don't respond to hails, they just eat my crew. Station's bad. Pirates are also bad, so let's get these smelly pirates out of here. This sector belongs to Billy Hector, you dumbass. There'll be no piracy in here. Actually, I should have took the surrender. Wow, that was bad. I got half the scrap for not taking surrender. Ouch. Did I forget to collect my Uwu point from the first one? Oh dear. Good thing there's 5 of them and you only need 4. It would have been a bit of a bra moment to go around all of them and not get the other thing unlocked. Let's go chase the Hector beacons. Stress. This isn't a slug, so we don't care. I've got both of my slug cruisers now anyway, so I don't need them. Whoopsies. I'm sorry, this ship has no shields? What? A what? Bruh. Okay, I've seen it all now. We're in like sector 6 or something. I've got no shields. Alright. Gone. Next, Hectare Store. Give me my coordinates, please. Thank you. And yeah, there's nothing. It has a Pierce mod. Pierce cooldown modular lasers would normally be amazing, but it's unfortunately not what we need this run. What I need is an empty jump, which this is an empty jump. Oh, I need weapons. I forgot they do this. Why does it need a thing? I mean, I guess we'll buy weapons 5. Federation territory. Wow. I don't need Tully, but okay. Tully might keep my crew alive, though. We kind of need some pairs. Our ship's looking scuffed. Okay, we found... what are these sector layouts? They look like things today. A human to replace our lost crew is not really ideal, but... it's a placeholder for Tully. Federation transport? I don't need that. No, I'll just salvage instead. What have we got down here? Test the drone. Don't damage it. Okay. 40 seconds of getting pummeled by a drone? Seems easy enough. I mean, I have a Zoltan shield, so it's not going to hurt me anyway. The start of the battle is not the dangerous part. Oh look, I took 1 damage. Who cares? Goodies? Well, that's a good deal. 12 hull points, but just sitting there and doing nothing. Don't mind if I do. I want Tully. So, oh, there we go. It does unfortunately mean we lose the funny engine augment, but ironically we can't use it after this sector, so it's perfect timing to get Tully's package. Because I don't actually need the augment space anymore. There we go. Unfortunately our funny engine overdrive is going to have to go bye-bye. You can't use it anymore. Halberd beam. No. Halberd beam is kind of bad. Bomb. Don't need that. Oh, the testing ship's bugged. That's interesting to know. Wonder why it's not working. Ah, this one gives me goodies and a free fight. That's good rewards as well. Yeah. And yes, we have cubes today. The flavour of the day is cubes with angry combat drones. I didn't want a halberd beam. It's giving me a halberd beam whether I want it to or not. And a toggle flak. Oh, a toggle flak though. Hey, toggle flak ion? I mean, I was forced to upgrade the weapon system. That's pretty good. It's only 1 more point of power, so I think we're going to do that if it drops. I'm not risking my crew's life to try and CK this though. Or am I? I can't crunch, but I have anaerobic crew. And what have we got on here? Welders. Oh, they have welders. No. They'd heal in between boarding. No Tonkel Flak. That was a quick one to work out. Not today. Toggle Flak another time, and oh, that's a lot of shields, my friend. What? 10 damage? Is it bugged? I guess that's why they're fixing ion beams, huh? No! That almost ruined my crunch. It tried to kill my crunch, how dare it? It's a good reminder to not leave crew in your medbay. Yikes. That was a bit spooky. And so you got a particle missile. Sylvan, though. Buddy, you're making it really hard to decide what weapons I'm using. Ampere with a pre-igniter versus particle missile. Well, actually, the Ampere can't miss. There you go. The weapon that doesn't miss. That's the one we'll use. I haven't even had the chance to shoot it because everything dies so quickly. Which is a bit of an awkward one. Oh, cloaking upgrades. Hold on. That's what I need. Cloaking 5, so my drones have all the time in the world to eat everything. That's the last internal I can do. I don't have an NG crew, so that's not going to give me a quest. And let's get going. 2 performance upgrades. Weapon pre-igniter. Shields. I'm going to go full shields. Overclocker. And what's the last thing I needed? Cloaking upgrades. Oh, and scramble. Right, we'll get the cloaking upgrades as we go. Yeah, we're very geared up now. My tough little ship. Callie? I haven't seen Callie in ages, man. It's been so long. I wonder what piece of math loot we're going to get. They're all kind of useless for what I need right now. And damn, it's a good thing I bought Scrambler. Look at that. First jump after buying it, it's useful. It's like magic. A divider. Bruh. That is not useful right now whatsoever. Bruh. Onwards. I just pressed the button that said yes. Also, that's a spooky rebel ship. Pre-ignite a moment. You know, I'm going to fire the funny beam instead. It's still 1 pixel long, but... Oh, it did 3 ion damage. What? I guess the cloaking screwed with it or something. Anyway, dead. Last Stand, except not actually, because we're never going to visit Last Stand this run. Oh, we will have to, won't we? We need to get Tully. Oh, we'll do Hector Megamart first. Okay, so we need Metyant first, and oh my god, there's a lot of beacons we could roll for. Okay, Metyant's here. Okay, we'll get Metyant. He can replace anyone really, as long as he's got skills. Metyant, right, you are repairs. Oh my god. Can you not have, like, a decent skill? Bruh. Metyant can replace the extra crew because he doesn't have any useful skills. Stupid lizard. Deficient finance lizard. Does not know any useful skills. If Billy's there, I'm going to get very annoyed, because I need his unlock. Here? No. Oh, don't do it. Don't do me like this. Remove the ancient pre-igniter. Yes, that's getting taken out at the end of this update. I still haven't worked out how to get rid of it though. It's currently my issue. It's not as simple as some of the other things where you just append them. Yeah, here's Billy. There we go. Investigate. And Metion gets me in for free. Who are you? Screw you. Billy replaces my pilot, ideally, because he's mind control immune. And piloting is more important than engines. That Zoltan shield layer is annoying. Please pop that. Wait, this thing doesn't have enough shields to avoid my drones? Bruh. That's disappointment. Zenith, okay. And Zenith can replace the cooldown. We need to store. This sector's probably going to have stores though. And yeah, we'll put a cron shop here to get the power out of them. We only actually need these two. And I'll replace one of the crunches with Sylvan later. Right, now it's all just extra money. Need one free jump for cloaking later, but... Deploy the Tucko. Oh, he's strong. Jeez. Tucko would be kind of hench, though. Right. Go on. What do I get from this? I have no idea. A lockdown module, bruh. That is not what I want. I don't want a lock module. Because crystals are not my priority. Free goodies? Let's be rude to the store owner. Give me all the goodies. There we go. And yeah, what do we do with the rest of this sector? Because I don't need anything now. Waker 0.5 is pointless because I've got hyper igniter. So the Vulcan effect will be really weak. Let's whack the orchids that are being rude and annoying the factory owners who are just trying to do their job. Ah, goodbye. Goodbye, fools. Oh, my reactor's maxed. I think that must have been done ages ago. Oh well. Right, hit this. Boom. Another one dead. This is how the ancient sector's going to go, to be honest. Is there even any ships left that threaten me? Like, what would kill my ship? I can't think of anything. I don't need more crew. Right, let's just visit the store. The exit beacon's fleet immune anyway, so that's not a problem. I guess we'll visit our last store of the run to sell all of the extra garbage. And our last look at weapons. I mean, these are okay, but they're not going to cut it. Modular missile with accuracy, though. I mean, that's the most tempting thing I've seen in a while. But no, all I need is fuel. Get fuel from Tully as well. After I've recruited him. Although, picking up Tully, does that not stop you getting your fuel? It's fine. Right, Tully. Tully, hello Tully. guess you don't get any more fuel, but okay. I need 5 for this. Plus 1 is 6. I only have 8 fuel. Ah. I guess we're only getting 1 upgrade of cloaking then. So the next one's 5. That would put me at 0 fuel. No. Actually, I need to do nothing so Tully doesn't bug out. We'll need to get another empty jump to do the open the wither thing. Right, Tully, you are now in charge of engines. I guess this is the 2 most important positions. Stop us from dying. We'll just warp immediately at the base, I think. There's no point even bothering with anything else. Or if we get an empty jump, I'll just leave immediately. I don't care about anything here. We don't need repair beacons or anything. We've got more than enough money. I mean, I have scrap I can't spend. This is just going to be value points. Value points across the board that I don't even need. And that says something about our runner. I don't know what it does. Right, ancient sector, let's go. Hello, Wither. Goodbye, Wither. I have no use for you. Because you're stupid. Now go away. Anyway, with deficient things removed, let's actually move on to the ancients. Our drones will eat their Zoltan shields. Then my pre-ion does that. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have much of a trouble getting through here. We're just going to nuke everything. What? The sector layouts look like crap again. How am I meant to find the store in all of this junk? Aww. I don't even need the crunches to board because of how overpowered this is. It's just, I don't even think we need this Ampere beam, I just need a pre-ion. Who knew that the pre-ion was the best gun in the game? And a sweeper? I'm very tempted to equip this as an absolute joke. I really shouldn't equip this, it's terrible, but... No, I'm not going to throw the run. We don't need sweep. Alright, there's one of our stores, that's good. Please give me shields. I'm fully aware of the augment bug though, so we're probably not going to get shields. This has very thick cloaking. There we go. Oh, okay, Aether shields. The run is over. The run is just over. I don't need anything else now. Oh, you know what would be a complete meme? I'm gonna buy an underclocker for the for the anointed. I'm going to disable your battery and you can't do anything about it. You can't stop me and my battery disabling augment. Right, Auto Scout, this one's the fun one. Although we managed to avoid the fight. Right, next on the list we have... I don't need any of this. Oh, this is embarrassing. I guess we'll just take money that I don't need. The last store, so we don't need to explore this sector either. Both of our stores were very easy to find. There. Last store, boss. There. That's a second store. I don't even know what I want. We've got an augment slot that needs filled with not a battery blocker. Something real, perhaps. Ancient Ancient protocols? Nah. I don't need ancient protocols. Let's just keep going. Right, let's turn its battery off and we'll keep going. There. Done. Easy enough. And now homeworld, so we've not got long left now. We are arriving at the end after a long journey, but yeah, this run's not going to have long, because I'm just going to make a beeline straight for the exit. I think I've determined by now I don't need any upgrades, like, at all. I need to kill these crew, though. They force-boarded me. It's very rude, and I don't really have... You know what I need? I need medbot dispersal before I absolutely get yeeted. My borders. So we do have... Also, my cloaking's not up. Hold on. Hold up. This encounter's cursed. Okay, so our lack of anti-boarding is a big problem right now. How do I deal with ancients? I have, like, not good crew for this. And these dudes are really hardcore. And Tully is not helping them. This is awkward. Okay. Tuco again, I suppose. I'm not going to risk Billy because I need his cruiser. Good lord, he almost died again. Yeah, no. Medbot Dispersal 3 is a mandatory upgrade right now. Along with stims. It seems like I didn't need the teleporter though. Because that dreadnought was a joke. Command right now though, that's poggers. Getting all this stuff done quickly. Right. Sector layout is... Oh, come on, why is the palace already way over there? Bruh. The palace is hiding. It's like some grand distraction. Anyway, empty jumps are pretty sparse in this sector. Good lord, I would need an empty jump, man. I don't want to fight you. Medbay 3? Yeah, Medbay 3 is all you need. You don't need Medbay 4. That got changed a while ago. Right. So that's all fine. Yeah. More ancient ships to whack. My Zoltan shield is so thick I don't really think we're gonna counter any difficulties. I might even need my cloaking right now. That's how silly this is. This sector layout is bad, so I guess we'll go top, not bottom, because it's as soon as we get an empty jump I don't need any more beacons anyway. Angry Cronches, oh no. Angry Cronches. It's very upsetting. Cronches are normally friend. Oh well. How did they fall for that? That's ridiculous. If we don't get an empty, I might get crew killed. Oh, thank you, God. Right, internal upgrades, medbay, dispersal, stims. Ah, now we're a lot better. And yeah, we don't need anything else. Let's get cloaking. The cloak is now so long that I probably don't need my engines anymore. Flagship shields, no, they're fixed. They don't change at all. So we're perfectly fine on that. Any miscellaneous things that would be helpful right now? Level 4 TP, so we can use the TP for a surprise nuke as well. I really don't need it though. And then what else have we got? I'll just completely overgear. Energy shield bypass is useful though. Respirators to help with the crew shuffling around. And then I guess I'll just get hazards. There we go. Okay, battery 3. We're not using combat augments, so that's fine. That doesn't mean we have a surplus of power as well. Right, so I'll take the store and then we'll head to the exit with Sylvan. Oh, actually, it means I can't use the underclocker. Hold on. Oh, that's a bit of an oops. Oh well, I guess we'll have to buy another augment. In case you didn't know, this current update of Multiverse is not... Because Multiverse has a hyperspace included with it, unfortunately we can't use the level 3 battery with combat augments. It crashes the game, which is a bit of an oops. So I completely forgot, so we can't use the underclocker now. Let's sell up. What have we got? Anti 3. Oh my... That does 6. But it's not accurate, so we'll give that a miss. Magic Rabbit. It doesn't use power as well, so I can actually use that. I don't think we're going to take long enough in the fights for that to go off, but I'll give it a go anyway. I can't see the fights lasting 25 seconds though, the drones will probably kill everything before then. And there we go. That's pirate. I have like 20 seconds of cloak left I didn't need, which is like, yikes. And Sylvan. Let's rescue Sylvan. Do I Magic Rabbit Leah just for BM? Yeah. I think this is the perfect time to use Magic Rabbit. Harass Leah. Beam Master ace my ass. I'll show you a Beam Master. Oh, actually, it will go off naturally. Hold on. Lol. Goodbye. Billy seems to want to say something. Oh, I forgot that Billy had a blue option. Anyway, it's time to get rid of one of these crunches for Sylvan. It'll be the one in the teleporter that goes. And now we have... Is this 5 damage? It's enough to wipe a system anyway. A salvage. Oh dear, what a meme. Goodbye. Right, Palace. This is not going to take very long. Let's do some unnecessary min-maxing by dropping a magic rabbit for no reason. Alright, and then we'll go like that, like that. I'm going to drop Sylvan on... Oh, actually, it needs to be mind control. Bruh? Okay, I created an awkwardly dangerous situation. Let's just pull everyone back. I almost killed Sylvan by accident. Let's not do that. No. A Legion ship killing Sylvan? I mean, that's believable. Legion crew are actually pretty nasty. I could at least see it happening. Anyway. E. Does anyone ever actually take E? I can't remember the last time I didn't vent her. I don't think I have crew that are deficient enough to warrant keeping her around. Anyway, no fancy tricks. I'm just going to magic rabbit the MFK flagship and it's going to go away very quickly. If it lives long enough to get magic rabbited, that's gonna... Oh! This blue option is incredible. Vance appears behind the screen, and then you discover they know each other. Because as it turns out, Vance and Tully used to be a thing. But anyway, interesting blue option aside, it's time for MFK flagship. If they break my Zoltan shield, we get boarded, so that's not happening. I'm going to have to cloak immediately. I'll board after the magic rabbit goes off. In fact, I don't think I will bother, because this is just going to die, isn't it? Yeah, this is dead. Let's just amp here the pilot. It doesn't even matter. Shields. Boom. Gone. I didn't even drop cloak, fam. That is the most overkill I've ever seen. And yeah, I believe it is a Star Wars reference. Tully, I already have your ship, thank you. I have Tuco's cruiser? When did I get that? Anyway, I don't have Billy's. Sylvan... Mayan. When did I get Billy? When did I get... not Billy, Tuco. I thought his was one of the ones I was missing. Alright, never mind. One cruiser. It's more than enough. Let's blow up the bomb, because this run was cursed as hell. Incredibly overpowered ship right there. And yeah, that's the end of this one. This drone is a little bit excessive if you build into it properly. Like, that damage was just insane, and I'm quite happy. But anyway, I'm done for the day. It has been a very long stream, and I've enjoyed myself, and I hope you all have enjoyed the content I've provided. I hope the modular artillery is up to standard, but even though we didn't get to take much of a look at it in a real run today. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again another time. Bye for now.